Okay, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining the first DSM podcast. We've got a few people with us. We've got Stephen, Meath. We've got Ryan, Master Ryan from Sydney, and we also have Friendly Giant Kevin. And hopefully we'll have Andy joining us a little bit later. So we'll get the stream started now.
The DSM AU channel.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, stream started.
I see you, chat.
Okay, boys, stream started.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, chat.
Yeah,
I
we've
see
got a
you
few
there.
more people joining a little bit later, but yeah. So,
Yeah.
what should we talk about?
I like this comment from the chat. Imagine still caring about Wagan. Same, dude.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
same,
I feel
same.
that.
No, actually, no one cares about Wangan anymore. No one.
No,
Absolutely
No.
no one.
Good game.
Yeah.
sucks, dude. Dead game. All right, that's the end of the podcast. See you later, guys.
Yeah, see you guys now.
That's
But
fine.
yeah, I guess we probably have to wait for Andy to talk about this.
It would be good to have him
MMT6
here, yeah.
Battle Fundamental by DSM ND.
I can't wait to share my thoughts on it because
Yeah.
it's good. I really enjoyed reading it.
Not bad. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, no, totally. He's
Yeah.
got a good writing style. Like it's pretty general, but also like very informative.
Pretty easy for Malaysians to understand, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you know.
To me, it feels like an informal academic writing.
Yes, exactly.
Well-
That's actually a perfect descriptor. Yeah,
Andy is teacher technically.
yeah, that makes perfect sense.
You know, technically speaking, his writing skills should be better than most people. But
You'd hope so.
yeah, I hope so. Well, I don't know. Educational standard in Australia is pretty shit, so you know, I'm not sure about that.
Not wrong, dude. Not wrong.
Yeah. Oh, nice Alienware headset. Oh, thank you. Yes,
is-
my
yeah, it is
crappy,
quite nice.
cheap Alienware headset.
It looks nice, dude.
Yeah. You know, I have to keep this part on because my hair's not gelled, so you know.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I gotta push it.
Not the greatest camera angle either.
No, because I don't. That's my phone. I can move my phone around everywhere. You see, I can move around.
Yeah.
It's not a webcam.
Yeah.
It's not a webcam.
Master.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Mhm.
Nice.
But okay. So, Ryan, how's Sydney going?
Sydney's good, man.
Sydney's good. How good?
I haven't played since Saturday
Saturday.
when you were here. I haven't played since.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wanted to come down for that, but
Oh,
I
well,
just.
probably.
So-
Well, we can probably organize another trip, like maybe beginning of.
Oh
next
yeah, like
year.
when.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, interstate travel seems to be like. I mean, like let's just assume that we don't have like some horrible outbreak and everyone turns into
Well,
zombies.
speaking
But
of which, like, I chose the worst time to travel down to Sydney.
you really did.
Yeah, like, God, it was horrible because the weather was crap.
I mean, that's no surprise.
There you go. That's basically Sydney day one there. But you know, that's the thing. Like, I chose like the worst weather. It rained when I got there. Actually, no, the whole time it was raining. I think I only had sunshine for 2 hours
Oh my
for the
god.
whole trip.
Oh.
2 hours, you know, out of 4 days.
Far out.
Yeah.
That sounds like Melbourne, except it's been like unseasonably warm here for no reason
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. It was bad. It was properly bad. Oh, yeah, look at it. That's Master Ryan right there. Master
Ooh.
Ryan, yeah, look at it. Yeah, first day. Oh, he even say hi.
Oh, yeah.
Well, drop the camera. Ah man.
Yeah, it was good fun. But
Like, did a lot of people show up?
oh yeah, it was great.
Great, dude.
Probably about average 16 to 17 people per day showed up.
Dude,
Yeah.
I mean, by by today's standards, that's basically just a major
Oh
tournament.
yeah, like I was surprised how much players there were in Sydney.
Oh,
Considering,
Sydney is
yeah,
full of players.
yeah.
I mean, if nothing else, they've got people. They've got people willing to line up and play.
We
Well,
just one
yeah.
person.
But that was the thing. Like now in Brisbane, I think player numbers have shrunk down a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just because the availability of 8 cabs is non-existent. So
Yeah, man. I don't see
yeah.
any 8 cab setups except for literally one. I mean, GC in the city for Melbourne, and it's just
Mm,
like, it's like, I mean, fuck, I haven't gone there since the MT6 tournament reran
wow,
because
wow.
yeah,
Jeez.
it's been a while.
Mm, mm, mm.
I've been just kind of in the outer suburbs, sort of little places, and then especially around there, and then obviously COVID hit, and then like no one was playing because we got locked down for fucking ages.
Mm, that's yeah.
Um, yeah, so that really put a damper on things. But like people still showed up. Like there was like one day last year where arcades opened up for a day, and everyone was like, "Let's go, let's fucking get out there and play,"
Well, yeah,
which was
that's
nice
the
to
thing.
see.
Yeah, like, well, technically, I would have gone out tonight, but then I thought that would be actually pretty stupid considering we just had 3 day lockdown.
Yeah, not a
Um,
great idea.
yeah, and I know like government rushed to open the or remove the lockdown because of Easter holiday, and they want the stimulus, into
Hmm.
economy like earlier. So
Yeah, fair, fair,
yeah,
fair.
so I probably won't play till maybe even next week is a bit of a 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the reality of arcades being like the most non-essential thing possible.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Basically,
they're
it
the
shouldn't.
first to
Yeah.
close.
5 days training, bro.
5 days training. Yeah. If we are in Hong Kong, maybe. Yeah, maybe. That's the case. But I don't think we need that in Australia.
Oh man, no, no, we don't.
But like overall,
uh,
like I think I was surprised at how many people they were playing in Sydney, and I think it's all thanks to Master Ryan.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
Master
you.
Ryan. Yeah, yeah. You got
It's all about,
you are keeping the Sydney community,
hell yeah, man.
in line and non-toxic.
it's all
Uh,
about showing love.
well, actually, speaking of toxic, I did have an incident in Sydney.
Oh
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
yeah,
Oh
yes.
my
yeah,
god.
yeah.
But before you talk about that, I'm just gonna correct myself. Yeah, Luna in the chat. Yeah, they was open for 2 days. Sorry, my mistake. 2 days, not one.
2 days. Oh
2
yeah.
days.
I will try to read the comment as well throughout the night. I probably will
It's
forget.
all good. I'm keeping
Yeah,
an eye on it.
yeah. Um, but like that's the thing. Like when I was in Sydney, I had a great time. Overall, it was great, perfect. But on
Yeah.
the first day when I arrived, um,
Standard, dude.
you know, someone got really really salty at me for using one hand.
Which
Uh,
I just think is so fucking funny. It's the funniest thing.
yeah,
I loved hearing about that.
like at the end, it sort of worked out. I apologized for me being me, and then he apologized to me
Using one hand,
for
yeah.
his behavior. You know, uh, but at the end of the day, I just let me reflect. I'm like, how is that even possible? Like, how does people get salty about using one hand?
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yes, I was winning with one hand, but I was using
That's the
both
real
hands.
problem.
Yeah,
The real problem is that you were winning. He's just fucking mad he wasn't winning. I think that's pretty much the.
Pretty much, eh?
What else could it be? Like, who could possibly justify being like, hey, show 10-2, please? Like, what? What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I think, but overall, apart from that incident on the first day, it was great.
I mean, that's a mark in the positive
Oh,
column for me.
I,
That's a great story.
I think it was great. I enjoyed it because I felt like, wow, okay, I just couldn't believe someone actually got mad at me for using one hand.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then I think at the end, like he realized that it was a mistake to, you know, um, make me angry. I
Oh,
wouldn't say
totally.
angry,
Because then you're
know.
just gonna double down. You'd
Oh,
use
yeah.
one hand for the rest of the fucking day if you needed to.
Yeah, he taunt me, I will taunt him back. It's great.
100%.
You know,
Yeah,
but it
like
was
you're not gonna win the mental game that way because
no.
it's just like then it just gets under you, it just gets in your head and you're gonna lose more because
Oh.
you're just thinking about it too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I did rename my Cosmo to one hand, just for the meme, just for the sake of it. But I renamed it. I'll keep that.
Using MT6's robust renaming options
Oh,
to the
great.
fullest potential.
Well,
That's-
okay, I've got what 20 rename tickets so far.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so basically,
Ooh.
I can keep on changing it on monthly basis for like next 2 years, without any issue.
Back in my day, you picked a name and you fucking stuck with it. God damn it! These MT6 kids don't know what it was like.
Yeah. If I had the opportunity to rename back in MT3, I would rename back again, like not to 155, but actually something more relevant.
Well, because you couldn't have Jim or Jimmy, right? Because it's like actually banned, yeah.
Yeah. So
That
yeah,
sucks.
it's sad because MT1 and 2 it was Jimmy, and then when I transferred from 2 to 3, it basically told me to rename. But I was like, okay,
Yeah, and then you were like not ready for it at all, right?
Yeah,
So
so
you were just like, oh.
yeah. So I put Jimmy again in all capital, and then it wasn't accepting. I'm like, okay, I will go capital J and then rest in small letters. No, it wasn't working. I went big letter, small letter, big letter, small letter.
And
that
then you
didn't
ran out
work
of
as well.
time.
I only had 10 seconds. And I'm like, oh shit, 10 seconds. I'm like, oh come on, I need to rename it, or it become guest. I'm like, shit.
Oh, that would be so bad. Imagine if you were known as the legendary
Legendary
guest.
guest, yeah. But yeah, that sort of became the 155. That was just the out of blue. It was part of my car number plate, which I bought at the time. It
Quick
wasn't.
thinking, dude.
Yeah, it was just a random. It was a default plate from
Yeah.
government, but I just put 155. That would do, and it worked out.
Well, it's certainly stuck. Yeah, that's for sure. I like that story because like my name was very similar. I was like, I just think it sounds cool.
Myth
So-
star. Yeah. It's definitely better than EJ star.
Oh,
Aw,
Yeah.
dude, it's so dirty.
It's
I loved it when he first explained that to me. It's like, oh look, I'm EJ and I'm gonna take your stars. See, 1, 2, 3.
such a freaky, cheeky
And took-
way of
it's so good.
expressing. Yeah, it's good.
It's
It is
perfectly
very
EJ, dude.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very
It's
EJ.
perfect.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. But nowadays, I think he's getting more of black stars. So
oh.
yeah. Well,
Oh no.
after seeing him, play this time around, I just feel like he needs to just sell the car and just move on. Just don't bother.
I mean, honestly, like, no, and this is actually serious. If it was still MT5, I reckon he'd still own. Like, he would be still, because like all of his experience is like that slow, like 1v1, like break blocking, dick measuring contest. Like, he would be so good at that still.
It's yes and no. I think at the end of the day, it's more or less to do with he just I think doesn't have the interest as much as anyone.
Well, that definitely doesn't. Yeah, that definitely doesn't help. Yeah, you like with anything, like you need to
Hey.
be super invested and
Thanks,
interested
Alan.
in it. Hey, Alan.
Yeah, Alan just
What's up, man?
popping in to say hi.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, thanks
But
for
you
popping
know,
in, dude.
I think overall, like yeah, EJ is great. He took days off and took me around.
Yeah, man, and
It was
that's
great.
always that's always the cool part.
Yeah.
Like he's so busy, but like he'll always like come
Oh,
in
yeah.
and like
Well,
make time if
He's still
someone
got like
interstate.
42 days of leave that he needs to actually use. So he he took the option.
Yeah, so you're doing him a favor.
Oh yeah,
All
I'm
right,
doing
I
him
see.
a favor. I'm
Follow
fly
around,
over
yeah.
and make him come out. That's great.
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, overall, I think it was great. It was a great trip. I really want to actually try to visit Melbourne next time. Maybe like Sydney and Melbourne trip next time.
I reckon I could get a few people to come. Like, I reckon I could
I
round
want to
the
meet up
troops.
with Carlos, man. I really want to meet up with Carlos. Like, I still got his card. Like, he doesn't use his car at all. I want to catch up with him. have a
I
few
haven't
drinks.
seen Carlos in no shit, like 5 years.
Really, 5 years?
Yeah, I remember him popping in very, very briefly when DX came out,
Yeah,
5DX,
yeah.
and he commented. I remember everything. He commented on how much more aggressive I was playing compared to 5 because I'd
Oh,
started actually battling seriously.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then like I think he played a couple games and left, and I haven't seen him since. As far as I know, he plays he plays initial D3 in
Oh, yeah.
some pool hall, and that's it.
I'm not surprised. Like Initial D3 is till this day, I think,
So
is
good.
the best racing arcade game.
It's
Um,
so good.
it requires so much skill. Uh,
Dude, it does.
yeah,
It's such a complex game.
it's not just that. Like okay, and the machine is so abusable. Oh,
Oh
abuse
my
proof.
god,
It's
yes.
abuse proof that you can't break it. Like Carlos can't break it, and that's the best benefit about it. Like he can abuse it, and yeah, like he can abuse
Well, it
it, and
makes sense.
yeah,
It makes sense that like he comes into MT and then like he hits the 240 or
Oh,
the 270-degree barrier immediately, right? Because like I've seen him lock in ID3. That man can lock very
oh,
quickly.
yep. And like the things, well, I remember like back in MT4 when I first met Carlos. When he slams, when he slams the whole, usually people will have flash on the screen, and like honky shit. No, 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 no. Carlos, the whole fucking machine shakes, man. The whole
Yeah.
machine go. Poof.
He's
That's
just
that's
he's
called
just
power.
constantly bashing on it. It's so
And,
it's
but
it like
but he's so relaxed. He isn't even trying.
that's the crazy thing.
That's
Yeah,
the best
it's
thing about
just
it. You just watch him. He's so cool. He just faces just calm, just dead straight eye.
yeah, he doesn't even like he like I've only seen him angry a couple times, right?
Oh
But like
yeah.
he's so chill when he plays. Like he's
Well,
just like
that's the thing.
whatever.
He's one of those people that you don't want to piss him off.
Oh, dude,
You don't.
absolutely
You
not.
really don't. You really
Without a
don't.
doubt.
Like, but all else he's nicest guy around. Yeah. So I really want to meet him again.
Totally, man.
Yeah, Eagle's moved on as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
he sold his good old R34.
Well, look, he told me that he would still come in and TA on occasion. But I don't know. I mean, I'm
No, no,
assuming
I
I'm
doubt it.
assuming at that point, like, like I get what he means, but it makes sense that it makes sense that he's sort of like,
Mm.
you know, progressing to more like sort of bigger milestones in his life, and
Oh,
I honestly couldn't respect him more for it. Like I think it was like the right thing to do.
well, that's the thing. Like, it is about time. Like, he's been playing for a long time. He's already got
Yeah.
Penta's. He's got 10th grade pro. He's, I think, got like 100,000 ghost plate thing as well. So, at the end of the day, he's already achieved whatever he needs to achieve
Oh,
in the
totally,
game.
totally.
But basically, he completed the game. That's the best way to put it. Okay. There's no other way to really complete this game. Is to achieve, for example, achieve gold plate, get Penta S, get 10th grade pro. Um, that's pretty much it. That's end game. Um, so it was a great opportunity for him to sell the data. He sold for $10,000, which is no one's going to break that record for a long time, unless we get another stimulus package from government.
Sorry about that. I had someone knock on my door,
Oh,
despite there being a sign quite clearly
Uh,
saying I'm recording. But
knock knock. Who's there?
it's all good. No
uh,
stress.
oop. But yeah, I think he moved on.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, it's fine.
He's engaged or is he married? No, he's not married yet. No,
He's not married.
But
I know
Yeah,
that.
but it's already.
But he's
100%.
definitely serious with.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna discuss his
Oh,
personal life here, but
no,
he's
Yasmin's
he's
great.
he's got other shit going on.
Oh well, that's the thing. Yasmin's great. His girlfriend's great.
Yeah, totally.
Eagle is doing up his real car. He's like working on like VW Golf or whatever.
Yeah, he had something like that.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does
it's
all
cute.
those things. Yeah.
Yeah, but I reckon if you had him meet, he would still like show up. Like
Oh.
if he had like enough notice.
Yeah, but you probably need to give him about a month and a half notice.
Yeah. No,
Well,
exactly.
he's working up into the corporate ladder as such in retail, so he doesn't have the luxury of just taking a day off whenever.
Yeah, he's not he's not gainfully unemployed like me, I suppose.
Well, you are still better than you're still better than Wong, that's for sure. So
Oh well,
Oh, poor guy.
don't have to aim too high.
Wong. I don't know what to say about Wong. Everything's wrong with Wong. It just rhymes. Wrong Wong, Wong wrong.
It does indeed.
So bad. Um, it's so sad. It's so bad.
He's not coming on to talk, is he?
He might.
I hope he does. like
I
him.
think he was saying that he would just observe the stream, but once I start bashing him enough, he
Yeah.
would join in.
Oh yeah, no, I mean
That's
this is
for
really,
sure.
this is really how you summon him, really.
But yeah, anyway, with podcast, Andy still isn't on yet, so I guess we still
Fucking
can't
Andy.
talk about blocking Bible that he made. So
I
we'll
think
keep
we
it
can
talking.
talk about like I think maybe we can open up the discussion by just maybe just talking about like what the biggest changes in the meta that you've seen and like what's the biggest game changer, because like I have a lot of people who talk who are like, oh, MT6 it seems different, but I'm not exactly sure how, like what, because like I talk about it a lot, as everyone knows it's the worst kept secret in the world, that I had quite a few problems transitioning over to MT6. So like and I'm not really sure exactly still how to put it into words what exactly has changed, like what you know what I mean, like I guess in your guys' opinion,
Yeah.
like what's changed the most for you.
I think the first thing, okay, it depends on, I think, skill level you had from 5DX Plus. So if you were top tier player in battle,
Mhm.
you must have felt that the physics change of car
Oh
contact,
yeah.
it's pain in the ass.
Oh yeah.
The way the boost, I don't know how to put it, like.
The
Uh,
boost is more dull,
for
at least in my opinion.
block battle, I think it's better.
Yeah?
I think it's better. But it feels better in block battle now than before.
Okay. Okay.
Like now, because the car feels squishy, so you can actually hold people a lot easier.
That's true. Yeah.
Before, you basically do 90-degree, you stop the person, zero stop. That's the sort
Mm.
of that's the trend of 5DX Plus, like blocking. Now
That
it's
was
more.
really satisfying,
Yeah,
but it was
it was
like it was a
satisfying.
hard it was a
Oh,
hard counter. Like
oh, it was
you
great.
if you caught someone in that, it's like they're there.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was probably greatest thing from 5DX Plus in terms of blocking. Now,
Well, it was consistent at least, yeah.
yeah, but that's the thing. That there was no issue with latency. Like now, latency is such
Mm.
a big issue where your car become weightless. Your car will just become like a fucking tank, and you can just put anyone into a truck easily.
Yeah, no,
Um,
totally. And it's not to say that waitlist didn't happen in the old version. It's just that when it did happen, it was like I've seen I have video of Igor recognizing that I've put him in a waitlist state, and he can counter it by just very carefully sort of controlling his steering so that I'm pushing him up instead of back, and
mm,
then it's fine. Like he could counter it. Like we still really don't know and never really understood what triggered it, but when it happened, it was very clear.
yeah.
Um,
Well, most of the
Whereas
time
this, it
it's
kind of
two.
happens in an instant.
Yeah, now I think it's two factors. It's either, well, the game itself definitely has some sort of issue that is making it to lose package during the
Mm.
verse session, um, and I think that could be fixed by a simple patch.
That
But
would help a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
but Namco doesn't do that.
No, no, Namco does not do that.
And then secondary option is perhaps upgrading to industrial grade hub, LAN hub that
Yeah.
perhaps can handle the package. You know,
You think they've just got like a fucking like a Netgear in there?
yeah,
Or...
it makes me feel like they might be using a Netgear from like 20 years ago, for like LAN purpose, LAN party, one of those things, like small hub with like six port.
Probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
it feels like that. I just think finally the game couldn't handle the crappiness of our modems.
Yeah, honestly, that makes sense. And I had a little bit of a theory that, and I don't have all the technical details like correct. This is just really my observation, but the fact that we've swapped over to an embedded Windows 7, there might be just a difference in how like LAN traffic is dealt with, at least when compared to the arcade Linux that we was running on.
Yeah.
That could also be the case. It could just be an interface issue. But yeah, that's the thing. We don't know, and the electronics and the hardware behind it is so closely guarded by both Namco and the operators because for obvious reasons, right? Like we don't want bootlegs and whatnot. But yeah, like we just know so little about it.
Yeah, it's and that's the thing. Like, I don't think next update, 6R, is gonna come out anytime this year. Yeah,
Fuck no,
I was expecting
absolutely not.
maybe end of this year, but not
Man, that would have been
at
a nice
this rate.
surprise, huh?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, if COVID didn't happen, it would have been probably the end of this year. But
That's true. Yeah.
because of
Hmm.
COVID, I'm pretty sure it's gonna get pushed back till maybe end of next year, if lucky, mid next year.
Yeah, yeah. They're kind of
It's
letting us roll on like the one update we got with the Porsche,
yeah.
which is just like the most limp dick update of all time. Like, could you
Oh,
just imagine
it was
putting in
928
less
GT, wasn't
content?
it? It was 928 GD update, wasn't it? That
That's the
crap.
one, yeah.
Yeah, that Porsche
Just
is
an
so
OTA
shit.
update, yeah.
It's so shit. I
It
can't
is.
believe
Oh,
it.
that car sucks. Yeah. No, I love the car like as a car, like IRL, but like, oh my god, in the game, it's just such a. It's
Yeah,
so limp.
I made one using the fortune ticket, and oh man, it sounds great. It sounds like a vacuum cleaner.
Yep,
Uh,
love that. I
yeah,
love it
love
when
the
they do
sound.
that to cars.
Yeah, but apart from that, it's such a horrible car. Actually, I might try that on 660 horsepower because that's so shit that it might be
Yeah,
good.
that's true. I mean, that's true, and it has like a weird rounded hitbox that might just be okay.
It,
For that.
it's in some ways it's similar to what car is it similar to? I think it's RX-8. No, RX-8 has a pointy front.
No,
Uh,
RX-8 has like a just like a black hole front. Like it, like the front,
mm,
the front of it is like both. No, it's like it's like Schrodinger's hitbox. It's pointy and round at the same time. It's so weird.
yeah, it's a weird hitbox. It's a great car, but it's just
Oh
weird
no, excellent
hitbox.
car, excellent car. Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Can I just say something? The NA2, that car is dog shit for battle. That car makes the game less fun.
Okay. Yeah. NA1, NA2, they're both shit at battle, but NA2 is worse than NA1.
NA2 is ridiculous, and it's funny because it doesn't feel bad. Like like it doesn't feel bad to drive.
Okay.
But
Do you
then
know what
as soon as you
NA2
come in
is?
contact,
NA2 is 5DX plus S2K.
you know what? That is actually really fair because it's like it's very stable and it's like very sure of itself. But as soon as it gets any contact, it's just a nightmare.
Because S2K, like in 5DX Plus, it was such a it's quick, but it's really, really twitchy.
Absolutely.
And then in MT6, S2K
Steering delay.
became, yeah, S2K actually became good. It became
Yeah.
stable.
Yeah.
And then when they released NA2, it basically replaced S2K from 5DX Plus, where
Yeah.
it's quick, but it's hard to handle. Like it's quick car. I love it, but I hate it at the same time.
I
Uh,
just found that like any contact with other people was just inherently negative. Like I
mm,
it was actually caught on a live stream. I was also driving and playing like total dog shit that day.
mm.
So that could have also factored into it. But my God, it was just a nightmare.
Is it on your stream? On your YouTube channel?
It would be on Mikey's.
Oh, Mikey's.
Yeah. It was the last one we went when we went to Werribee. Um, but yeah,
I can't
it
remember
was
Mikey's
interesting.
channel name.
Yeah, right. I can never
Oh, there
remember
you
it.
go.
It's all
Oh,
it's
this one,
always
this one, yeah.
something. You got it.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
see.
honestly, like it's probably like halfway through.
Oh, he's got
Oh,
so
hey, it's
many
mine. Hey,
fucking
oh,
random
okay.
video that I don't even know where to start from.
That's true.
What, first stream of the year?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, definitely.
What, 6 hour
You'll just have
stream?
to.
Oof. Oof. Hard-working man. I don't think I can do a 6 hour stream. I think
Oh no,
I'll be
there it is.
fine.
Featured channels. He's in my featured channels.
Yeah,
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 you
I
see
got
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah,
6 hour stream.
MT6 live stream that
Oh,
one 1 month
that's
ago.
yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
live
I'm on a
stream.
bit of a delay with your
First stream
with
of the year,
your.
right?
That's the one.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Uh,
hold on. Was this the one at I guess we'll find out.
Actually, I just want to skip
Was
to
this
the further at the
at
back.
is this the right one?
Mike, you're doing TA. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you are here.
Okay, well that's a good start.
Oh, oh no.
Yeah, just look for
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with the quality? 720p.
Oh yeah, it's gross. Hold on, this doesn't seem right. Wait, 1 second. Sorry, I realize I've now derailed the whole thing.
No, doesn't matter. Well, Andy still hasn't joined us yet, so
Yeah, I agree. It's all Andy's fault.
yeah, it's all Andy's fault.
Oh look, there I am.
Yeah, just it's you using your
Hold on.
you're using your Z.
No, there's definitely. Oh shit! No, this is your stream. God, I'm stupid. All right, hold on.
That's all your Z.
So much Z, dude.
So much Z.
Oh yeah, right. We were doing A40. No, this was this was epping. This was actually really fun. A40 was so fun.
A40, yeah, A40 battles are always fun. It's always great.
Well, yeah, because like you don't feel like because you don't have any control once you get displaced. You feel not as bad about it.
Actually, someone in the comment is saying, Princess Devitt is saying that it's different video.
Yeah, it is definitely a different video. I'll find it. Hold on. It is.
Oh, ME6 live stream. This one here. 1 month.
Yeah.
This one here. Okay.
It is at no, that's all TA. I do a lot of TA.
Story mode. Oh, you made a M1. 1M. No. Yeah, M1.
I did make an M1.
It's a good car. That car is top tier in battle.
I can't wait to start using it.
Oh,
It seems like a lot of
there's
fun.
your NA2. There you go.
M1.
Oh, you found it? Beautiful.
Yeah, found it. Oh, I can see the fat.
It's honestly like so embarrassing. Like, because I was not only was I playing just like really badly, but like, oh my god, it just felt useless. Hold on. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, here it is. NA2. Yeah, about 1 hour and 20. Yeah, there you got it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm going kind of weird horsepowers, but we kind of all are. And like, oh my god, it just dies as soon as it touches anything. It just dies.
Is that also NA1 or NA2?
No, this is. Oh yeah,
Renault.
Connor's driving NA1 and I'm driving NA2. But like, yeah, like don't get me wrong, I was driving terrible. But like you'll start noticing just like, especially compared to like these kind of like short and narrow cars, like it can't force a line. Like the front is so blunt.
It's a quick car, but it just doesn't have the right hitbox for it.
I think it's gorgeous too. It's so nice looking.
And the only problem with all NSX is when you exit corner, it's such a tail-heavy car that it actually starts tilt.
That's true. Yeah.
Always tilts, and in Time Attack, same thing. Like it's such a quick car, but on the exit, it's pain. Like you always misjudge the exit. Oh.
It's sort of like with Countach, where like the rear is just a mystery. Like, is it going to soft tap? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
But you never really know if you're actually going to hit it.
After I used to hate Countach a lot, but then once you get used to it, actually it's not so bad. It's not so
bad. No! I think it's a good car. It's just an alien. Like it's an alien spaceship, and it will never not feel that way to me.
Like I think overall, like with MT6, I know you had a fair share of difficulties. Transferring from 5DX Plus, but I think the steering delay took me about a week to get used to.
Like, must be nice, dude. Must be nice.
Yeah, the first day, you know, it was basically World Championship all over again. Like, you just feel like, goddamn, like,
Oh
what the
my
hell?
God. Like I watch that now
Like,
in
yeah,
hindsight, and it's
like
like it
now
makes so
people
much sense.
would understand how I felt, or basically all the international player felt on that
That
day.
must have felt like just like this is like a
Yeah,
bad dream.
yeah,
Like this
going from
doesn't feel
five
right at
games
all.
plus into a World Championship with a fucking ES3 physics where steering delay and then the whole car physics, everything's different.
That's so crazy. No wonder like both you and Igor just got
Yeah,
washed.
me,
Like
Igor, and Viga, Tony, we all three, you know, got knocked out on the first round because of that.
which again, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Like,
That's like signing up for a melee tournament and they're playing fucking brawl. Like
yeah,
it's completely different.
and the thing is, it's okay for okay, like you know, people will say, oh well, how about other international players? Yes, okay, they would have felt the same thing, but it's less obvious compared to us
Yeah.
because we are time attack players. So we base on the muscle memory and the precision that we use on the steering,
Oh,
and
totally. And
that
like
little steering difference, oh, it's gonna
oh,
kill
dude,
us.
absolutely. Like if you're sort of like a catch and release kind of player, like you make distance and then you control when
Mm,
needed,
mm.
like that's so much more difficult.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you've got bloody tournament nerves, you've got like actual people watching you, you're on a stage. Like
Mm.
God, I couldn't fucking imagine. I would probably just crumble before even getting on the machine.
Yeah,
I'd
and
be so
the
nervous.
saddest thing that we all felt was we were expecting Namco to go, okay, here's you know, 8 cabs, and you guys can play the all day. You guys can
Eh,
get used to it. No,
fuck
uh,
no.
nah, nah. They
That
yeah
doesn't sound like something they would do.
they have what, like 24 cabs, but then you got to line up along with
24.
every other fucking players that is there
Yeah,
to
there was a
play
lot
free
of people
games.
though.
Yeah, so. Uh, I think I only got 2 games
Oh
in.
my God.
Yeah, and
I'm
then
fucking like I'm driving like ice cold like on 2 games. Like I don't warm up until like 10 games in. Like I take ages to warm up.
yeah, it's, you know, but like that's a good lesson, I guess. I'm pretty sure I won't be going to next World Championship. I'm too shit now. I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of new stars that will take over the crown as such.
My money's on
Um,
Mao, dude. Get that guy. Get that guy in World
I
Championships.
think Mao could, but at the same time, he might not be. Like Mao is one of those type of person that cracks under pressure.
Oh no.
Hmm?
Because when you think about it, every single the tournament we had, he gets knocked
Yeah.
out. Like pretty okay. Like okay, apart from the one that I killed him on the finals,
Well, but when he got salty and started and started just
that
being
that
a shit out, yeah.
yeah, that's the time where I could have won, but the ND one because I got griefed by Mao. Yeah, that
That's true.
yeah,
That is so true.
that tournament. Um, but like that's the thing. Like you know, he doesn't do well in a tournament or competitive situation.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
competitive
he
format.
just yeah. But someone like Andy, on the other hand, will do really well in a competition format. Like because
That does
he's
not
cool.
surprise me in the
Yeah, he's
slightest.
just cool. You know, he doesn't give a shit. He just plays like normal and boom, easy. Um, and people like me, I don't try till tournament. Um,
Yeah, that's true.
like I usually when I play, I don't give a shit. Like I
Oh,
really
I
don't
mean,
give a
it's
shit.
totally different. It's totally different when you're like comfortable in like like your local arcade, the one that you always go to, and you know
Mm.
you've got your whole crew
Oh,
there, and it's just like you're
what did I
chilling.
see? Your fucking medal ratio. Oh, what did I see there?
What, my medal ratio?
Yeah, your
Oh yeah, my ratio is fucking garbage.
Z31 ratio.
Oh yeah, Jake was here for this.
Oh,
I just
oh,
noticed.
oh,
Ah, that's
uh,
awesome.
uh,
Yeah, no, my
uh.
ratio is disgusting.
That's disgusting.
I love this comment. I love Rel's comment. Namco, you're here for a reason. You don't need a warm up.
Yeah. The funniest
You're
story.
already amazing. Just play.
Funniest story about World Championship is basically the two devs came into the players room, and it's like, oh, is there any questions or any concerns? And basically one guy you know, was like, oh, is there something different between international version to Japanese version? and they're like, and the dev's like, no,
They,
it's the
they just
same.
ran out. They just ran out of the room.
Yeah, they basically the two guys look at each other and it's like, no, should be the same. There shouldn't be any issue. And then,
Could you imagine really thinking that
oh
and
yeah,
having developed the game?
then
Oh my god.
we just end up saying no. It's like, oh, raise your hand if you feel that the Japanese version is completely different to international. Every single
Sound of
person
hands,
raised their
sound of
hand.
many hands
Yeah,
raising
it
up
just
at
went,
once. Yes.
yeah, yeah. That, and
Just
then the excuse dev word came up is like, oh, it must be hardware. Software is the same. It's just different language, but it must be the hardware because Japanese is using newer hardware. So that could be why. We're like, nah, that's bullshit. Nah.
I'd just be like, what do you mean? It's the same. It's not at
It's
all.
not the same. But yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, that was a summary of World Championship.
That's
It was
amazing.
great. But I think every championship has a great meme. Like that championship, we had two meme, right? The
Oh,
handshake and the
oh my god, the lack of a handshake.
lack of
God, that was such a
handshake.
saga.
Yeah, and the for the Philippine, that one
I'll do my
as well.
best, dude.
Yeah.
That's still
Oh,
my sub notification sound.
yeah.
It's the best.
uh,
It's the great. It's honestly the greatest thing ever.
and yeah,
It made it all worth it.
also butchering Eagle's surname and my name as well.
I mean, I thought yours would be a given considering it's a Japanese surname.
I think till this day, I think it's great because for Eagle's surname,
I mean, they did the best they could. That's a hell of a
The
surname.
story is the person announcing it came into the back room and it's like, I want to make sure your surname gets pronounced properly. So the person actually spoke to Eagle and made sure that the pronunciation is correct.
Could have just said Eagle K, but
Yeah, could have,
whatever.
but it's Japanese. They gotta do it. They'll do it
Yeah,
right.
they're gonna do it as
Yeah,
they're gonna do it proper. Yeah,
they
no,
were
that's fair.
they were trying to do it proper, but he failed.
Yeah.
So it would just became what Eagle K blah blah blah.
Kaigo Drogu.
Blah, blah.
Kaigo Drogu.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna say I'd do any better.
No, I
Um,
don't think I can do any better. But I would just say Eagle K and just done with it. But
Eagle K.
yeah. And
Fair
then they butchered my name. My surname's Japanese surname. They still butchered it. They
Oh
had
my
to make it
God.
authentic, I guess, in some ways. They had to, since I was, I was representing Australia, so they had to go,
Jimmy Mabashi.
Mabashi. Just like, you could have just pronounced it Mabashi, but no, you just had to go a bit more authentic,
Oh, they put some sauce on it.
Yeah,
dude,
they
for
had to
sure.
put extra sauce with, a little bit of seasoning, a little bit
Yeah.
of garnish on top as well. A little bit
I
of salt,
loved Igor's t-shirt. His
Oh,
t-shirt.
unemployed
is-
t-shirt.
Unemployed and in just
Unemployed.
this light pink, just amazing. And he's the tallest motherfucker on the stage, so it's just so
great.
obvious.
It's great. It's so good. And
So
the thing is,
good.
people in the back was like, before we got on the stage, they were like, "Oh, make sure do a pose when you get to the front." And we just like, pose? Like, what kind of pose are you talking about? Like, And yeah, actually, they were gonna. Oh, the funny thing is, they were gonna actually post
So
the
goofy.
photo we sent in, but then instead they took the photo on the day. But
No, of
we
course.
all send like the cheesiest fucking photo we could.
Oh yeah, because you want to see what they'll actually show.
Because I think they were going to use. I think I think I sent the one with the broken steering wheel.
That's the greatest one. That's so good.
Let me see if I can find it. Let me find it.
That's a great photo.
Shit,
If
that
it's the one
was-
I'm thinking of.
It's so good. They're so bad because I got like one of those cheeky ass smile.
Yeah, dude, that's the best.
Oh, only if I can find it. It's been such a long time ago. Fuck.
I'd love to see that again.
I had the cheekiest smile. I was so proud of myself that I actually snapped off a steering wheel.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I found it.
You know, even I've done that. I was like on Tycoon Down, like
Yeah,
doing verses, and it just
that-
came off in my hands. I'm like,
that
well, I'm going home.
Cheeky ass fucking smile, of me fucking holding a broken steering wheel.
Oh, if Carlos was in that tournament, he would just send that one with
Yeah.
him and the two devs in Sydney, just holding the fucking wheel up.
Oh, it
Such a
was
good
so
photo.
good. Oh wait, what's the? Oh, look at the. Oh, look at Mal commenting about some Mongkok bullshit.
Hi, Mal.
Games on
Get in here,
Mongkok.
bud.
No, Mal doesn't like talking.
That
He's-
is such a good photo. Oh my god. As if they didn't let you. That's such a
this
great
one.
photo. Fuck.
Yeah, I sent in that photo, and I was hoping that they will use that when I get on the stage.
That's so good.
But they didn't. They just couldn't do it.
Yeah, they reviewed it and like, nah, that seems like
Nah,
too much fun.
too much
Gotta-
Yeah, and yeah, they want us to write down like our MT history as such.
Really?
Yeah,
They asked you that?
They're like, oh, how long you been playing, and how old are you, and all this and
If
that.
if the answer wasn't just like for everyone too long, then they're lying.
Well, that was the thing. I'm like, at that point, I'm pretty sure I was already on 15 years,
Fuck me.
and I was 30 at the time. Oh, I feel so bad because that means half the people were like fucking infant. But really, if they announce the age and how long I've been playing, then half the people like standing below the stage is infant when I start playing. Like they would have been probably 4 years old or like 3 years old or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, they like they were they were born in 2000.
Yeah,
and,
2000.
they're like
Yeah,
14,
when
15.
I see like when I do a contract for customer, when I see like license with 2000, I'm like, hey, I was
Dude.
in primary school back then.
Actual infant. Yeah, like like they are forever like a tiny baby. Like, you just say 2000, it's like,
pretty
oh,
much.
I see. I'm ancient and you are a fetus.
I'm gonna check where the fuck Andy is. God.
Can Andy get here? Because I need to talk to him. It's actually been ages since I've like actually talked to him on VC.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've been playing a lot of poker, like an online poker thing recently.
Oh yeah, he's been
Yeah.
grinding that hard.
It's just it's a great way to waste some time with people.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
good fun. Yeah,
It's
it's
good
a good game that like you can kind of banter through.
Mm. What can we talk about now? Oh yeah, I guess we can talk about the meta for horsepowers and whatnot, because I think a lot of people are still confused about what horsepower or how they should play.
It's
Um,
fucking. I mean, at the end of the day, it's always been like a preference, really,
mm, mm.
right?
But like
And
in a situation where you have like two people on 720 horsepower, and one person on 660, you know.
if
another
in
person's-
doubt, you match them, or one under, one over. Like it's not a huge deal. I think once you hit 780, you're starting to get a bit too. It's probably too much. Like you know what I mean. Like say for example, like if everyone goes 720 on C1 in, if you go 760, or you could probably be okay. But 780, 800, then you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like Andy has been using 660 horsepower on
It's such a
most-
good setting.
Yeah, which is great setting. But that's the thing. Like, I think it really comes down to the cars that is using it.
Yes.
I think I told you about it before. Like, any car that is capable of doing great time
Yeah.
attack. So we're talking about FD,
FD.
RX8, NSX,
110,
110,
sort of, yeah.
110. 110 feels better on 700 than 660
Oh my god.
because 110 already has the snappiest steering in the game, and
my
by going
God.
660, it doesn't give you any benefit.
No, it doesn't. Or at the very god, I'm watching myself in this fucking like
Oh, you.
thing, and I'm so done, dude. I'm so done.
Oh my god.
You're over
That's-
with the game.
Holy shit, bro.
I was so mad that whole day. That whole day, I was just in the worst possible mindset. And then it's funny. I came back into TA and I was like, okay, I feel all right. But during the battles, I was just sorry. I know that's like I'm distracting, but yeah, I just watched myself just like deep sigh, just like
Nah,
like
it's just one of those
another.
things. Unfortunately, like it's what the fuck? You guys were playing on event mode?
Yeah, Alan turned it on for us, and we were doing like
Oh,
double distance, which ended up being like
oh,
which ended up being way boring. Like
nah.
it was fun. It was fun for like going Tyken up, Tyken down.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of fun. But anything else, it's just like, man, this should be like over already for sure.
Okay. Oh yeah. To answer Gordo's question, um, 680. Okay. In a map like C1 where someone's using 660, someone's using 720, someone else is doing 700. 680 is most viable. It is the most viable horsepower, I think. I prefer
680 is
680.
great. Yeah,
Yeah, I
680 is
prefer
good.
680 over 660, because boost wise, you can
Yeah.
still catch up to people with 720 on the straight
And yeah,
roads,
and your run
especially.
out ends. I think it runs out to. Oh, it's like 30 or like you get above like 310 like very comfortably.
Mm.
Whereas with 660, right? You hit 300 and you sort of stay there. 300 like 309 and then on corners it'll decay a little bit. Yeah, so it just gives you a bit of extra stretch to actually run out.
Mm. Um, and then like even on a low horsepower, if you go like map like Osaka where someone is using 760 or 780, 660 and 680 actually is still very viable. I don't know why, but it is. Somehow boost doesn't seem to drop as much. So next time we play Osaka, if someone else is using 760, you can try 680 and have a go. Like you will own people pretty easily. Like you will smash people pretty easily. Um, but yeah, that's my verdict with 680. It's one of the best, most viable horsepower on any map, uh, apart from Hakone. Like Hakone, like you know, if you shit at Hakone, still use 740. Don't go 700. Don't go
Sorry about
680. Just go proper horsepower. 720. 740, 760. That you need that, or else people that knows how to run the track, you can actually outrun them. Um, oh,
And just play
yes,
boost
Mal.
off.
Yes, just play boost off. Yeah, well,
And
fucking.
then no fun will be had by
Well,
anyone. Yeah.
next Friday, Mal, boost off. Hakone. You can play with Chris.
Oh no,
Yeah,
the champ.
Chris, the
I'm under
champion,
the bus.
the champion of Hakone. How
He's
bad?
been putting in work, dude. I super respect that.
But you know how
Mhm.
bad he is at the battle though. Like his verse is such a dog shit that I just feel like saying you
Yeah,
should
because
quit
I
the
think
game.
he no. No. I understand how he feels because you because like when I was like really seriously going for 25, you get into battle and you just want to practice. So you don't even look and think about like the whole battle. You just sort of go and you just get tunnel vision on your own little thing. It's like like your headspace is in the wrong is focused on
Um,
the wrong thing.
like okay, he dives someone, he misses. He tries to block someone 90 degree, he misses. He tries to catch up and hits traffic.
Well, that's
Um,
something else as well. Like he gets a little bit too like it's like, oh well, I mean I'm the fastest on this map, so I can do whatever I want.
yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrific. Like when I see him
That's so
battle,
funny.
it just gives me headache. Um,
Boots off, boys. Love that.
team. What about 660 on Osaka? Oh,
If
660.
you stay short loop, you're great. Yeah.
Yeah, short loop, great. But if
Yeah.
you're versing someone that is know how to run on 760, you might have difficulty a little bit. Like you might
Yeah,
get
yeah. And
off
if they go if
chances.
they go long route, or if you're up against two or more people who are smart enough to just go to either side of the road to make you pick on
Hmm.
a straight, then you'll end up getting overtaken, and then you're on struggle street for a little bit once you're going around like the longer loop.
Yep.
Yeah. So like 660 meta is like a real thing. Like it can definitely be really powerful, but you do have to play differently. You have to there's no because you're gonna get caught up quicker just by proxy of being lower horsepower. Um you definitely can't like overextend or break. You have to be very like conservative with how you play and be very mindful
What
of the
is
gaps
this?
between people.
Your MMT6 4-player battle Shibuya 660 meta.
Oh, I mean, yeah, Shibuya on 660 like just makes sense. You get to that spiral, right? Because like that spiral, 99% of the time the match ends. Um, the match ends on that spiral, right? And if everyone else is at a higher horsepower, it's it's nice, dude. Like it's like you just sort of like because like by the time you get out of that of the top of the spiral, like passing like even in 5DX plus it was pretty, like I actually say it in the commentary for this like by the time you get there like that road it's so difficult to pass if you're in second place like the game is basically done at that point unless you can really force an easy mistake
Yeah.
or like a fairly revealing mistake because like you would really have to choke is what I'm saying. Yeah, so like if you just plan ahead, right, and you're like around the middle of the pack once you get to that spiral, then you're great. You fly past everyone. You defend a bit at the top, and then you're good. Then you win. Like if the race starts here, it's more than likely before players ending at the like on the right just after that spiral. Yeah, and like this video really like demonstrates it well. Not only because like for the most part I'm winning and being fairly consistent in my play, but there are many times where like it just felt if you can stay in front and you've got a car with a strong rear, you can just defend with the rear the whole time. You don't have to expose the side of your car too much.
Yeah. What the fuck? His labor 660. You went 640.
Oh yeah, no, I was wild and dude. I was like, let's try it.
640.
I do realize I did 660 meta is better and then I didn't go 660. I realize that's probably kind of dumb, but it's close enough.
640. God, that's like playing
640 meta is
Kobe.
questionable.
Oh.
Oh god, the 640 maps. Oh, sorry, 660 maps now. They sort of feel like they've been like a little ruined. Like I used to find them a really nice change of pace in 5DX Plus, but now it's just like, oh well, this is just how the game's played now. Like it doesn't feel different.
Yeah.
Personally,
How about Hiroshima?
same deal. Yeah,
deal.
it honestly feels like a wow. That was a terror. I mean, I'm watching with a delay. I just like died for no reason. Yeah. It kind of feels like a more compact, and I realize this is like insane, but it feels like a compact Fukuoka sometimes because sometimes you just get like especially like on the back part of the course where it's relatively gentle. It really feels like the opportunities for passing, and then you get that big roundabout, and then that actually ends up being a bigger chance than on Fukuoka. That's what kind of separates it. And then you got like those couple of like stupid sharp corners where like you have to go wide, so you inherently risk getting dived. But yeah, like I think they don't feel as like unique as they used to.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just because the HP has trended lower. And obviously all the grip of the cars is unbelievable. Like 700 grip is stupid. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't it like it feels too solid, and the cars are like without the steering delay, it would be so much less dramatic.
Yeah.
People, God, if we had like the responsive steering, God, we would lock shit up so tight. Like people would be driving and leaving zero gap on everything.
But that's the thing.
Personally,
I don't. I think from now on, I don't think we're gonna have any luck of going back to the old physics as such.
No.
Because I think with MT6, obviously, it's new dev as well. So
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I don't think it's a coincidence that as soon as the devs changed, so did the game.
But the thing is, I think the steering delay has been around for a while.
Yeah,
Because
no, totally.
I remember like when I go back to Japan and play, for like a couple games, I always felt like a little bit different. It always felt a little bit off. There's something wrong with it. It's just the steering delay fell more often. Oh Jesus, why am I? More often than that, So yeah,
As far as my understanding is, the steering delay was introduced in their version of Plus.
5DX Plus.
Yes. So
Okay, yeah.
it may have been earlier than that because, like, I mean, MT5 was in that weird beta for a long time. So that could have been introduced there. Um, but honestly, I think the main thing that sort of like is sort of very telling about like where the game is at the moment is that I'm not entirely sure like outside of because like when MT6 was first announced and like the hype was real, I had this sort of idea that like because they've sort of scoped out a good majority of like where they could feasibly plan courses, right? That they were going to update the courses, right? So like C1 and C2 would be linked, and there would be more routes. They would use the like that weird Osaka short line that was on the TXR games, like just small little things like that, just to spice it up a bit. But yeah, I think in terms of adding content, I mean, despite the fact that bloody reverse courses got removed for whatever inexplicable reason, which added a nice bit of variety. I just don't know where they'd go. Like do they just keep refining the courses they've got now, or you know what I mean?
Well, with Max Tunes, they're always based on real life highway tracks in
Yeah,
Japan.
and they
So
gamify it a little bit to
yeah,
make it fun.
yeah. So at the end of the day, it's a matter of they can keep on adding different regions highway.
I mean, I suppose there's a lot of it, right? Like
There are
they've got a lot
plenty
of
of it.
like
Yeah,
connected highways.
there is plenty of it. So I think it's just really, up to Deb to go, well, should we add this or should we add that one? It's possible, but I don't
I
know
Yeah,
feel
where, horsepower, 640 or whatever, that's unknown. It really depends.
yeah.
Like I prefer them to add more 760, maps, like
Yeah, no, no,
mid
totally.
mid
I
high
think that's been a
range.
while since one's come in.
Yeah,
I
because
feel
Um,
like it's a dilemma that they're facing because
mm.
everyone is just preferring C1 or maybe Osaka as well.
Which is fair because they're legacy courses and they've been around for fucking ever. Especially like they were and in very pivotal versions, right? Like
mm,
a lot of notable players got their start like really in MT3, right? Like and that's sort of where they got the most of their accrued sort of knowledge and gameplay. Um like because like Osaka came out and it was like, oh, here's this course that has a short and a long loop that beginners can memorize. It's still challenging enough to not really be a noob course, right? So I think people really like they use that as a platform to then learn the more because like I think of C1 now and I'm like, well, yeah, it's just C1, like it's pretty basic, right? But like you talk about C1 with people who are getting into the game and they're like, I can't remember where the fuck anything is. Like it's the course knowledge is like not there, right? And you know, you sort of take it for granted because the game because it's been in the game since MT1.
well, yeah, that's the
And
thing.
it's such a
Yeah.
famous course.
Well, because MT1 you have the C1 in out New Bell CW CCW and Hakone.
Yeah.
Well, actually
And that was
Hakone
it.
was in MT1. No,
No, Hakone was MT2
MT2.
version
Yeah,
B, I believe.
yeah. So that's the thing. Like at the end of the day, it's really like because Wangan is based in Tokyo.
Yes.
So they actually have to have the main highway
They
route.
they must. They
They
absolutely
must.
must,
That's
yeah.
their core. That's the whole purpose of Wangan. Or else it wouldn't be called Wangan. It would call something else.
Maybe
Um,
yeah, Metro Runner. Yeah.
and like for example, map like Minato, Mirai, and all that came out later because that highway was implemented a lot later into real
Yes,
life as well.
and yeah, and then they
Yeah,
use that to then bridge the gap between
that's
Yokohane
right.
and yeah, and the rest, yeah.
Yeah.
And uh, and New Beltline is inherently linked to C1 because it shares
Yep.
that outward that inward route as part of the the ring that you run around and it'll go onto C1 and
And
whatnot.
like New Beltline, that's actually more or less like main part of Tokyo Bay. Like you see the
Of
Railway
course, yeah.
Bridge. That's the whole purpose of New Beltline, which connects Tokyo to the Wangan Highway, which also goes to Disneyland. If you didn't know, but
I
yeah,
did not.
yeah. So that's something that yeah, it's just part of the how Tokyo metro system works.
Right.
Um,
I feel like I feel like courses with branches like they're not super necessary, but it is a part of the flavor of the game that is missing from some of the newer courses.
oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Like Osaka has
It's more
two four choices.
yeah.
But at the same time, right? Let's just take out of the example that like obviously like if you stick to C1, gentleman's rule is to stick to C1, right? But when you're a new player, that's a choice, right? You're in the game, you're already like stressed out, you don't know what the fuck's happening or what you're doing, and then you're presented with a choice, left or right, you know? And
I think what they
that
should do,
Mm.
just to make it fun, is with like let's say that they make a they call it open map. So basically, you start from C1, but then they will give you set distance. Let's say they will give you 20k,
Yeah.
but then you can branch off to any part of the map. So, for example, you can
Oh
go
my
from
God.
C1 connects to Wangan. From Wangan, you can connect to Yokohama. You know, not like if you go C1, you can only go Yaesu. You know, that they could make it so you can go from C1 to Shibuya or C1 to Ikebukuro because technically it connects to the same highway anyway.
I will say, like Yesu as an addition was genius.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I
It's
love it.
Yesu is perfect because it's short enough that like it doesn't feel in like an insane amount to learn, but it's like, oh, if you want to really just like if you want to just like change the pace of the game for just a little bit and then get back onto where you're going, it's so beautiful for that.
Yep.
And like little things like that's sort of where my idea of like adding those little kind of things, like imagine having a proper pace changer in Osaka that wasn't the short route, like having a like but at the same time there will be people who prefer the more circuit style race, you know, like there's sort of like a simplicity in knowing what's coming up inherently, like you're not going to get surprised.
So you're talking about Nagoya, right, Steven?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Andic is here.
Hi Andy.
Fucking what?
Nice of you to
How-
fucking
you are
show.
1 hour late.
Look, I had
Yeah,
to
that's
drop
my
Aaron-
job.
I had to drop Aaron home, and I was looking at
Well,
health
why didn't you get
insurance.
Wong to drop
Okay,
off Aaron?
fair.
Because Matt and Honkies decided to go little Singapore,
Which
and
honkies?
Aaron, Anson and Curtis.
Oh,
and
I saw
Aaron,
Curtis is in the bloody chat.
that's right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hi. Nice of you to be here.
Yeah. So and then we got dumplings. Aaron and I got dumplings. And I just went home early. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, since Andy's here, you can start talking about your Maximum Tune MT6 blocking Bible.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pull it up on stream so people know what the
Yeah,
hell you're
it's already
talking
on
about.
stream. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
on stream.
we're all.
I feel like
I don't
you're
know.
lying to
I've read it at least 2.5 times. I'm fairly.
Hold on,
I'm feeling good about it.
Let me open it up myself.
Yeah. Your Bible. Are you gonna get volume 2 of this Bible?
If I have enough time.
You got plenty of time. You're doing master degree in uni.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, just
easy.
yeah, on the side.
I don't know. This guide is like the issue with it. The only issue really with it is that it's it's targeted towards a very niche audience.
You know, it's funny that you say that because Jimmy and I had the exact opposite sort of view on it. I see it as like a really nice distillation of like the basics.
It is, and that's the issue. Is actually no, yeah, actually, it's kind of like half and half. Basically, if you follow this guide to a T, you will win, more battles than you would before.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But if you stick to this and not learn other things, you're screwed.
Yeah, no, you'll stagnate. You'll stagnate a lot because you'll
Can
become
you send
crazy
me the
predictable.
download link to the document because some people actually want to actually have a proper read.
Oh, sure.
Do you want to? I can link in a stream.
Yeah, link in stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is-
Oh
is-
god,
it is
that's
publicly
so
available.
ugly. Okay, hold on.
What?
It's a very ugly link. Hold on. Wait.
Oh yeah, no, it is a fucking atrocious link. He's not wrong.
Yeah, no,
Good
yeah.
lord.
Yeah, we'll try one of those. basically, it is very good, and I like. If honestly, if you'd given this to a new player and that actually wanted to learn,
it's
it would probably save them at least a couple hundred games.
Yeah.
It's one of
So
those.
because
Yeah, that's true.
It's one of those things. Like you could spam 200 games to get better, or you will read one of these and you only need to play 100 games to get better. Or
right,
the same
but
result.
but not only that, it totally depends on who you're playing with. You could have some like real, you could have some like some real problematic matches, right, where you learn absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And you don't know, like most people would get frustrated because like 100 games sounds like a lot to a new player. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like after 100 games, if you're just frustrated by the end of it, like I mean, congrats for even getting there, because like that's still a fair dive into the game, like especially if you're just brand new.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so take this for example. When my girlfriend Amy, when she started playing MT, and I literally got her a full train FD. She hit first grade pro in Sydney in like a week.
yeah, but that's
Wow.
Oh, come on. Okay, my Cosmo.
No, she's a new player.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, there are a lot of fish in Sydney, right? Like,
Yeah.
I tuned my Cosmo before I got to Sydney, which I didn't have any battle, and I'm already first grade ace. During the 3 days of me playing with one hand. So yeah.
But the thing is, like, I taught her the fundamentals of blocking, and the only thing she had to learn was tracks, which you literally you can't write a guide on how to run a track.
Yeah, that's entirely tacit. Like you can't write that down. It's like you could just tell them, oh hey, this is a gas off corner. Hey, this is a braking plus gas off corner. But like none of that means fucking anything.
I gave her the basics. If it's a red corner, brake.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's a yellow corner, gas off.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
Blue corner is just turn.
Yeah, blue corners is just turn. Yeah.
What you need is one of those rallied co-driver.
But that's the thing. That's the whole point of the call signs. But they're so deceptive. Like if anybody because I taught my partner Nagoya, and that little left that's like so like you come out of the
straight.
No, hold on. So you got the banked corner, and then you go up on the ramp, and then it's like that little S. If you don't turn early enough, that
corner,
yeah, that's a noob killer for sure.
Yeah, that should be considered a yellow in my
absolutely. It should be a yellow S is what it should be called as. But yeah, they're very general, and obviously the games like there's no set way to do any corner. There's little guidelines, but going back to the guide, I think what yours does really well is that the stuff that shouldn't be tacit knowledge, right? Like the things that you can actually write down that people just haven't bothered to, it's here. That's the best part about it.
And that's really all I included, to be honest. Like, I was talking to Jimmy earlier. Basically, what would be included in a volume 2?
Yeah. And
basically, it would be things that are very, very, very specific to situations. So
specific traps.
It's literally all
games.
gimmicks. It's all gimmicks, mind games.
Yeah. Little mix-ups. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could write it, but the thing is, it's going to be like.
It would be really interesting, just because
it's so long.
It would be super long.
And the issue with me is, if you play with me, like Jimmy knows and David knows, is that I live for gimmicks. I will watch.
Dude, do you know who you're talking to? Yeah, absolutely.
I will watch. I watch Japanese fucking videos, and I'm like, that's really interesting. I'm gonna try that, and I do it, and it's the stupidest shit in the world, and it works.
It's the best. Yeah. That whenever you find something like that, it's just like, oh, it's gold. It's gold to be mined.
Oh, Steven, you should just add the Andy's Bible into your website, because your website.
You know what I should do? I should tear down my website and start again, because it sucks.
It is very old, and you have not updated for a very long time.
Please take it off the screen. It's making me depressed.
Look at it. Oh, 5DX rank.
No.
5, not even DX plus. DX. Oh my god.
Oh man.
What is this thing? This is a source content right there. That's source.
Yeah,
okay, that's Maxi
right.
Live shit. We don't need
You're right.
That's Maxi Live. Okay, leave it to Maxi Live. Okay.
20 people are seeing my absolute shame here.
Yeah.
I look no, honestly, I log into that website and I just want to die. Like it's the way like it makes me so actually clinically depressed to know how out of my depth I was, like considering the scope of the website, because there's so much to go over.
But you know how
And I'm
many
just like, yeah, I'll
people
just
you
bash
have
it out
helped
easy.
out? You know, you have helped out a lot of people by using this website. Like a lot of people has gone into it and actually used it.
Well, I mean, specifically, like if it was literally just a blank page with the rank calculator, I think that'd be great,
Oh,
because
rank
that still gets
calculator.
like 500-600 hits a day.
Oh,
Like
really?
people
That
still look
much?
at. Yes, it's
Holy shit!
that's why I keep it up, because it's like, well,
Fuck.
look, if that's what they're using it for, then that's great. But yeah,
Jesus. Okay.
yeah, no,
Um,
it still gets plenty of
Yeah.
hits,
If you
and I
want to
still get people
calculate your
linking it.
auras, yeah, please go to Steven's website, because he needs people to view his website and look at a split calculator. Wow.
Yeah, and that split calculator sucks because
That's
it
kind of useless now because we've got bloody.
Yes, exactly. It's super useless, but at the
Super
time it was
useless.
sick.
Oh God.
Fuck.
Oh man.
I'm getting blasted, dude.
Oh, actually, you know what you should do? You should just contact Namco. It's like, oh, do you want to add my metal calculation ratio into your app? You know,
Oh, that'd be
yeah,
great.
just sell.
Please
Um,
pay royalties.
Yeah, sell to them for like $5,000. You know, for the right.
That's yeah, no, Ral, that is 600-700 hits a day. Yeah, at one point it was more like a K a day, like back in MT5 like DX and that. But yeah, now it's roughly 500-600.
Actually, Rails is making a good point. Like, you can just make
So-
an app.
so- someone did
I
it.
have
Oh,
an
wait,
app. I've had an app in it, like it's like the most buggy bullshit in the world, but I've had it sitting on my Dropbox for about 1,000 years, and I've just done nothing with it. It's just like an Android APK, but I had a friend help me like do it. In fact, he was the one who converted the Aura calculator from HTML to that.
Hey.
Yeah, good friend of mine. Yeah, like honestly, yeah, an app would be great, because then, I mean, because like I don't run ads or anything on that site, because I never wanted to.
You
I never
need
wanted
to
it
make
to.
some money.
See, like everyone says that, and they're right, but it's now I've gone too far. Like it's gone too long without ads. I feel like if I just had like banner ads and shit everywhere, people would be like, oh, this guy's a fucking scumbag.
No. Like, oh, come on. It is a website for resources, and you need to somehow get some money out of it, right?
All right, well, look, it's been costing me $6 a month for
$6.
the past.
Think about it. That's 3 TA. 3 Hakone TA. 3 Hakone TA. That essentially could be a world record right there.
In MT4, that was only 2.
Oh,
God, those were the dark ages, dude.
That killed my wallet. Fuck. Holy
God,
shit.
imagine like, you have like 3 warm-ups and you've already spent $9. Oh my God.
Yeah, like, I remember how much did I spend? Oh, the first week when I came out. Oh, fuck. I think I spent $2,000 on the first week when it came out.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, I managed to fill up the whole machine. Like, the it was still a token dispenser. So,
Yeah.
the
You just filled the
bottom
bin up.
tray, the actual token collector part, was so full, it started filling up the actual rail that goes up to the actual coin mechanism. And I jammed it because it overlapped the whole coin. Like, I kept on spamming coin, and it overlapped. And
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And they couldn't open the door because the token was jammed up.
Man, that's like that problem's like almost a thing of the past with the swipes now.
Yeah. Now tap and swipe. Oof. Easy.
All right, I tell you what, if I get an average of 600 people looking at my website a day, all that needs to happen is that those 600 people need to send me 1 cent, and then I will have enough to pay for those.
You should contact Ray Shadow Legend,
Oh.
Ray Shadow Legend.
Oh, I would absolutely do a bumper for them. Oh, I would love to do that.
Yeah, just like, you might get odd click every now and then, and you might make some, couple cents there, here and there, over time.
This podcast is sponsored
Yeah.
by NordVPN.
NordVPN. Fuck. I should contact NordVPN as well. I'd be like, oh, would you like to feature on my stream?
Absolutely, yeah. We get an average of what 15 to
Yeah.
20 viewers. That's
Yeah,
enough,
15,
right?
20. That's enough. And then I could also start advertising to China as well, and be like,
Yeah,
you stuck in
totally.
China? You can't watch my stream from China? Use NordVPN now.
Oh my
Shit
god,
like that.
that's
That's
awesome.
handy because China actually has MT, so it'd be good for them.
Except
You know
that
what?
they've
I
got
see your
different-
Streamlabs link. I see your Streamlabs link. That's smart. That's smart, Jimmy.
Oh, Streamlabs.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, is there? Oh, I don't even see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Oh, in a video.
No. It's underneath the stream. It says support the stream.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, because Streamlab gives you the different tipping system.
Yeah.
Which is great because my channel is still not monetized till I get 4,000 view hours. So
Really?
Yeah. They changed the whole.
I thought
regulation.
no. I know. I didn't know about that, but all I knew was that it was 1,000 subs
No,
minimum.
it was 1,000 subs to do live stream off your mobile
Oh.
phone, and then after that, you have to get 4,000 view hours to get monetized, so you can activate super chat and all that thing.
Oh my
Which,
god.
to be honest, like I don't care. Like it's empty, so I doubt anyone's gonna.
Oh
super
no.
chat.
I don't know about you, but all my videos still get claimed like
Oh, really?
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
like I
it's
just
autoplay.
battle footage. It's just like they're just like, yep, we're taking that.
Yeah, it's auto-comp.
Yeah, that I guess. Yeah, it's just scummy way of Namco.
I mean, look, it is their, it is their
It is their
fucking
proper.
whatever,
It is their
but
game.
yeah.
But being said, like we're making the
Oh.
content here, and
No,
advertising
totally.
the game. I should contact Namco and be like, would you like to advertise more to international players to increase the international player base?
You know what they need to do? They need to start translating the content they do with Sora because I want to watch that so bad.
At least subtitles. Like,
Yes, at least subtitles. For fuck's
Subtitles.
sake.
Subtitles are going to be incorrect. You know that. It's just going
No,
to be
but like if it's
which
just
shit
close
English?
enough, like you can
about this?
translate a tweet from Sora and know
Yeah.
more or less what he's talking about.
How about
us.
this? If I actually, I would try to translate it myself instead of.
that would be
Google
amazing.
Translate.
Jimmy, just get the translator from the World Championship to translate it
Oh,
into English.
fuck that. Oh my god.
From what?
Well, they can't even fucking pronounce my name properly. I'm gonna trust them with a fucking poll, mate. Oh god.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, I think I need to say hello to friendly Maeda and Takenaka.
Oh my god! I just tried to donate to your Streamlabs, and it says that your account is restricted.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, I tried to send you $5. It wouldn't
Oh.
let me.
$5.
Oh,
Holy shit.
What
No.
a general. I just bank transfer him, bro.
Yeah.
Really?
All right. Sure. Yeah. Just send me your PayPal.me.
Oh, PayPal,
and,
no problem. But yeah, I need to contact Maeda. Oh, do you want to see a great photo
I
of
love Maeda, dude.
me and the famous guy?
Yes.
This guy here. Do you remember this guy? This guy? Yeah.
All right. Hold on. There's
There's a fat delay on the stream.
There's a fat. delay
Yeah,
on the
because
stream.
it's like 5-second delay, I think.
Yeah. Hold on. Nah, it's more like 27
20
years.
seconds.
Hold on.
Oh.
You haven't even got your phone up yet on mine.
Jesus.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Here it comes. Wait. Yeah. What? No. You showed it for like 1 second.
No,
Hold on.
that's my that's a different one.
Oh no! Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm waiting.
Okay,
That's awesome.
okay, anyway.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
So basically if I wrote a second volume, the first page would be don't listen to anything in the first volume
Oh,
because
okay. No. You shouldn't be like that. That's like that's
forget
horrible.
everything you've just read.
yeah, basically because the first thing to being good at like difference between low level and high level battle is being
Mix up.
predictable.
That's
It's-
like
yeah, it's a
basically
mix-up. It's being
comparing
predictable.
Anglican Church and Catholic Church.
Yeah.
No, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, that's
No,
not.
I think I know what he's getting at though. It's
being
just being like,
predictable.
all right, everything you've just read, most of it won't apply in terms of this is about like developing, doing stuff with purpose and kind of like even just like conditioning or taking into account what your opponent's doing as well.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's what separates a good and a
No,
bad
well,
play. Like,
basically, this first volume, as such, is basically to
for
get the
noobs.
basic
Very for
fundamental
noobs.
idea of how to, block without cucking yourself, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then second volume should be based on utilizing what you learn on the first volume, but then I don't know, utilizing
hard.
it, but not change the fundamental behind it.
It's literally like you have to understand that if you've read this, your opponent probably knows it as well.
Right, exactly.
So
You're building on basics.
And I wrote this guide specifically to not include how to beat this.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Like I didn't write how to counter dive. I did a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, counter
I
dive.
didn't-
Okay, counter dive is quite easy though. Counter dive is.
It
really
is
easy.
for you. For a lot of people.
Yeah,
they
for
don't
you
know how
know,
to counter
and
dive.
that's so true. Like it is easy for you, but I've
That's true, that's true.
I've got like high level players that I play with all the time who are like, I can't stop getting dived.
Yeah. I didn't write a counter dive because there's like
There are too many
Okay,
factors.
Oh, there's so
involved.
much
in my
there's so much
head-
to go into that.
in my head there's about 16 different scenarios that you can do to prevent yourself getting dived.
Well, sounds like
At-
you got to
at
do
least-
volume 3 as well then.
And the issue is maybe 2 of those scenarios will work.
Yeah, and exactly. And does that like include the amount of times, like the amount of corners that like start narrow but exit wide?
That's
You know
what I'm
I
saying.
mean?
Like, there's so many different factors and stuff that, that's why I didn't. Like, when Jimmy asked me if I have any videos to show,
Yeah, I was going to try to
things-
see if I can
it
sort of put
doesn't work.
the base
You
of
can't
like.
put 2 and 2. You can't. It doesn't exist unless I'm versing a literal bot.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Chris, you got Chris.
Like, I will have to I will have to script everything. I'll be like, okay, don't break, so I can block. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
that-
Not only, yeah,
Well,
like
that,
it's
that sounds like 90% of YouTube videos out there.
Yeah, like
Yeah, scripted.
it's
you know,
too
no,
much,
you know
too
what?
different.
Battles feel scripted, and this is not a call out in any way. It's just the fact that like most of the battles end up being roughly the same. Like, watch any of like Hexter's videos. Like his
Yeah.
battles are formulaic. Like they just everything is just beat by beat.
Ah,
And I only say that as an example of like he's like, oh, like the guy comes up 4 meters, block, push away, reset. That's like the interaction. And you know, that can happen at different frequency, right? Like, you know, sometimes one person will make a mistake and like there's a bit of a lead and they can just run for a bit. But like it's the same almost every time.
Well, yeah, I think the thing is because okay, so for like you know when I used to just record videos, like I would record basically what I do for stream now. But before I would record like 4 hours worth of battle footage, and then within that footage, I will have to go through and find the best battle that is has something to actually to show for, like an interesting part. You know, you could have a really boring battle where it goes on and on and on forever, or you could be leading the whole time and nothing happens. It's boring. It's really boring.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
I guess with him, maybe he just chose footages that perhaps he felt most relevant. I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
And then probably end up just being the same footage over and over, like.
Well, I mean, when I say that there's no mix-up, obviously, like battles have an element of like because sometimes there's going to be a traffic car on the ideal line, so then interactions are forced based on cars having to move around it. Like that still happens. I'm not trying to say it's like, well, it's literally just like watching a fucking story battle, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like here comes the next cutscene. But no, it's like obviously that's not the case. It's just like when when Andy talks about like, oh, cars in like the danger zone, right? Like if you're at the entry of a corner and someone is within like a couple meters, right? Like sort of like 10 you're still pretty, like if it's a committal corner, like that's pretty dangerous, right? You don't want to really be in that situation. That whole thing about making space before a corner applies to almost everything. That's a huge deal. Like avoiding that situation like at all is amazing. You really don't want to be in that situation ever.
True.
Yeah, it's still going to happen, and there's things you can do in the corner, right? But whether or not that interaction plays out the same every time, it won't, obviously.
Okay,
but
so the easiest way I can, it's like there's no straight 50 mix up.
Mm.
Like
No.
you don't either block left or block right. At a very basic level, you do. Like your opponent's either going to pass you on the left or pass you on the right. There's nowhere else, right? He can't pass you in the middle because that's your butt. You're just going to get pushed.
Yep.
At a higher level, you're going to get 50-50 from both directions. So what do you do, right? You either you choose to block one, or you can choose to let them both pass you and then try to dive them on the next corner.
Yeah.
And that's just talking about the initial interaction. There's a whole nother list of things you have to do after you've spent your boost on that interaction, right? Like, one of the classic examples is being in second place, attacking first, it being unsuccessful, and then immediately having to get a read on what third is going to do now that both of you have slowed down.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's part of the game that's like possibly the most frustrating, because I feel like a lot of intermediate players will get to second place, not be entirely sure what to do, being stuck between two people, and they'll die and get to fourth.
But
right?
this is why like Brisbane implement the Japanese rule where basically 2, 3, 4 always works together to try to get number one, because like
right,
for
and
example,
that used to be that used to be a huge thing when you could reliably transfer boost, right?
Yeah.
By
But even now,
you know,
right? Like for example, like like when I went to Sydney, it's Sydney's play style is still very much the every man for themselves, that kind of thing.
oh
But,
yeah, like just
which
the
is
most
fair,
selfish,
but like Brisbane meta is not meta, but like play style is basically 2, 3, 4 always works together, and
yeah, you work up the line.
you
Yeah,
always have the odd chances of second place getting boosted by third place when first place is blocking second place.
absolutely, yeah.
So that sort of changes the whole gaming rhythm a lot more. Like
That's why pacing doesn't
yeah,
work.
pacing doesn't work as well, because you always have third boosting second. As long as as long as the third knows what they're doing, it actually works out quite well.
Totally.
Like yeah, basically that's how Brisbane like play style is at the moment. Like you might get every now and then shooters that doesn't know how to play properly will still do every man for themselves, but then
They usually lose.
they
Oh,
usually
people!
lose.
No, yeah, exactly. People who break the meta, right, or who don't follow the rule of like working up the line to get first, right?
Yeah.
They end up becoming the punching bag, right? So they'll be the cushion for everyone in a corner, because you know that they're going to, kind of ignore like the, I don't want to say the hierarchy, right? Because like first place dictates
It's social
the
convention.
pace.
It's a social convention.
A little bit, yeah. Like they're the other. They don't know how things go, right? So they're sort of like, oh, I'm gonna take this chance that like you're so obviously shouldn't do. Like like it's like the people who go like they come in like second place in Osaka, and it's like, oh, I'm just gonna dive first, just straight out and launch them in the air because I'm gonna try and get first place instead of like working with third, slowing down, waiting until first like dissipates some boost, entering the corner, and then like you might be able to make a chance out of that. But if they do that, then third and fourth are just going to cushion him off him, and then he's in fourth place. Like that.
Yeah.
That usually is what ends up happening, or whatever kind of variation on a similar thing. But yeah, no, I like the idea. Like, and again, in 5DX Plus, it was super like known that like third gives their boost to second, second attacks first. Whatever happens out of that, you can try and take advantage in third, but you're always trying to push boost up. In MT6, I feel like fourth place is just hell, because people are playing more carefully. They're not transferring boost as reliably, because it's hard to sort of, because there was that classic sort of technique of moving, of like sort of just butting against someone as they come up, and then you'd push off them. Like that still works, but it's harder to do, and sometimes you'll just launch that motherfucker into a wall and they can't turn fast enough.
Oh yeah, someone just commented about true, but it's an unspoken rule that Briz players play style. That was me when I first joined, which is kind of fair.
yeah.
Yeah, like we're not going to announce to every single player, oh, this is the rule. We're
This
gonna
is how we
do,
play.
This is how we play. This is the rule we're going to follow. But like at the end of the day, it's more or less common sense, because if we kept the play style that some people do, you will never win. You're
Right.
gonna
Yeah.
always gonna get behind someone that is gonna better than you and is gonna block you, and
Mm.
Right.
that becomes a shit game for you. Like eventually, you're gonna get to a point where you just don't feel like playing because and I see it quite often. Like people go, "Oh, these guys are too good. I can't pass them, and they're not gonna let me pass. So I want to verse them. I will just do Ghost or Story, or I might go some other arcade where there's a bunch of shitters that I can actually win against." Which is, to be honest, that's a wrong attitude because
Oh,
that,
absolutely. Yeah.
that's basically you're not growing. You're just basically shitting on shitters that is shitter than you. So
Yeah.
to get better, it's always important to actually verse people who are better than you. You learn from them. Okay, you're gonna get fished. Like
Mm.
everyone went through the same process. When I started back in MT1, same thing. There were probably 20, 30 better players than me at the time. They're all
Sure.
uni students. I was bloody like high school student back in the day.
Mm.
So
So there's already a degree of separation
yeah,
then. Like you
there's
can't
a
really.
huge
Yeah.
degree of separation. MT2, I start getting better. Back then, there were like 20 honky boys that is like in the same like clan as such, same team.
Oh, remember
And
clans?
yeah,
Hell
clan,
yeah.
like and back in the day, like Brisbane only had two machines, so it was 1v1 every
Oh
single
my
game,
god.
right?
Oh, that
So
sounds like hell.
yeah, it was a hell. And at the start, like I will lose, I get off, someone else will hop on, they will verse, and then eventually I got to a point where I can sit there for 6, 7 hours with just spending $2. I will
Hell
finish
yeah.
school at 3:30. I leave arcade at 10 o'clock without having fucking drink, no dinner, nothing, but just to
Yeah,
spend
because
two
you could run
dollars.
on empty as a kid.
You
I
had
can't do that shit
your
now.
fucking urinary catheter.
Yeah, like I don't know how I did it. Like I don't know how my ass managed to actually, held together with the rock solid empty seats. But
They've always been so fucking
Oh no,
hard.
Jimmy, it's because you were constipated because all you ate was meagering to save money.
Good point. Yeah, but that's uni days. But that's my uni days. Well, my uni days were me goreng and empty every day.
Oh
Which was
my
great.
god.
I enjoyed it. I regret it, but I also enjoy it at the same time.
When I was 16, I would very often make the decision like, well, I don't have to eat. And I would get to spend the money
it's
that I would
it's
spend
that.
on lunch
It's
to play
exactly
MT.
that.
Yeah.
You just
I
go.
think I was the same.
Yeah,
When
you just go.
when I was, I think I was like 12 or 13, right? And my mom and dad would give me $5 for food and $2 for MT. Or $2 for the
Oh my
arcade
god.
every day after school, right? Every day after school because I live right next to the Hyperdome, right?
Mhm.
And I would $5 was that could get me a pretty good feed for 13-year-old.
Cheeseburger meal.
Yeah, no.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but back then I wanted to save money, so I only bought one sushi roll, so I had an extra like $2 for one extra game.
Oh,
Yeah, but even that's way more responsible
Okay,
than me.
that's
I would just go
dedication.
hours without eating. Like
That's
I'm just an
dedication.
idiot.
That's responsible spending. I was not responsible spending. Like I was at a point where I would spend like close to $1,000 a week on MT and eat
Oh,
Biggerang
baby.
every single day. Drinking, Hungry Jack used to have the refill, refill soft drinks.
Oh yeah, that was a godsend.
So I would buy a small cup of fucking Hungry Jack drink. I will go there and refill. I will keep the cup, right? I will play empty, keep the cup. It's already empty. I will go
Absolutely.
and refill again. That's what I call, that's irresponsible spending.
Blue House in the city. We had a Hungry Jack's right next door. So that was the strat, dude. You'd buy one large
Yeah.
Coke and you're like, let's go.
Dude,
I'm set.
That reminds me of when I was in Auckland, right? And there's like a bunch of like homeless people living right next to a Hungry Jack's, and they wouldn't ask you for money; they would ask you for your cup.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's smart.
because
Yeah.
they're
That's
smart.
That's smart. That's a fucking big brain.
Because you're just gonna throw that out. Like, what the fuck do you care?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's a big
smart as
brain.
fuck.
That's big brain, man.
That
That's
is
big brain.
actual high level
Yeah, it's like-
homelessness.
High intellect.
I mean, yeah, it's smart. Like, I mean, that's a way to do it. I like for me, right? Like now, I go play, and it's like if I'm not drinking a liter of water every hour, I just pass out.
Oh.
I'm like, I've got no
Don't
endurance.
worry.
anymore.
You will eventually get to a point where you can't even sit on the machine for an hour. Okay,
Same.
like,
Oh my God,
you just as you get older. Okay, like getting older is such a shit thing. Like fucking.
Oh,
Jimmy,
fucking so
Jimmy, I'm
garbage.
telling you to go to the gym. Jesus Christ.
Okay, me
No, yeah,
going
Jim
to
does
okay,
help a lot. Yeah.
Okay, I really should go to gym, shouldn't I?
It's
You
not
should.
that difficult. It's really not
It's
that
not. It's
difficult.
not. I know it's not difficult. I
If
think,
I can do it, like, come on,
yeah,
like.
but would you like to see a buff Jimmy walk into arcade?
Yes, absolutely.
That's not cool. That's not cool.
You already dress better than everyone else. Imagine if you were fucking jacked too. It would
Yeah,
just be
yeah, fucking like-
that man would that man who was like annoyed at you for fucking using one hand. He would be furious because you're
Yeah.
also jacked.
Oh my god. Hey Ryan, did you tell Steven what happened
Oh,
after?
is that EJ? What the fuck?
Yeah, man.
EJ's here. Oh, you
What
see?
the fuck? What the hell? Wow,
You see, I told you guys, if I talk
I'm
enough
so-
shit about EJ will join.
No,
AJ.
no.
Free. I haven't told anyone.
Nah.
Please, please, I'll let you speak. Go.
No worries. Nah, sorry for coming on late. I was actually tied up. So yeah,
It's all
anyways.
good, bro.
So everyone knows who Razzle is, the guy that clears what 4K in a week, bro. Is the biggest
What?
fucking compulsive lie in the world. He clears 4K a week as a chef, bro. Dude, I need to reevaluate my life priorities and my career choices right now. He talks so much shit. You know how old he is? He's fucking 33 years old.
What the fuck?
Biggest fucking loser in the world as well. Like, he talks so much shit. Like, you know, the first time I met him, I'm not gonna lie, I was talking to like the regulars like about property and shit, and then like he would just like chime in, and that's where the 4K a week came in. I think, wasn't it, Ryan?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Anyways, and then basically someone asked me about how, I think it was Ken, like the 10th grade Ken asked me how my property is going. I was like, oh, it's not bad, whatever, COVID. And then and he was like, oh, I have property too. I was like, oh, where? He's like, oh, it's in Liverpool. I was like, oh, and then I kept asking a lot of questions, obviously, because you don't fucking clear 4K a week as a chef, and if
Fuck
you are,
that, dude.
you're not living with your mom and can't afford to buy
Mhm.
data, even on a payment plan.
Can you say he drives a stock Lancer?
Hey, you never know though.
yeah.
It's okay. Razzle is nice guy. Okay, he's a friendly guy.
Yeah, but he lies.
Yeah, but
He's
that's
a-
the thing. Some people
Oh,
make
I see what it is.
believable lies. Some people make shit lies.
Razzle-
He embellishes, huh?
Right.
He's sort of like he flexes for no reason.
Oh,
like
wait,
he'll,
that
just,
sounds-
he'll say something just because it sounds good.
Hey, doesn't
Yeah.
that sounds like something
So
from
funny.
yeah.
Bro, it's so funny. Anyways,
Razzle Mate is the guy who got pissed at Jimmy. So they're like,
yeah, his special needs child. Fucking special needs, bro. No joke.
The thing is, like, I told Jimmy beforehand. I was like, these people are just like they're just really toxic. Some of them are alright. Some of them are just
And Andy,
It's just
Andy
bad.
hit the nail right on. He's
Yeah.
right. That's kind of now,
like most people are
Man,
fine.
that's Andy saying that. God damn.
bro.
Like-
And Andy knows why I quit as well.
Yeah, like
No, but that's the thing. Okay, like the whole 3 day or 3.5, 4 days when I was at the Sydney, like the only people that was toxic towards me was that one guy. That's it.
Mm.
So it's not that bad. Like there's more toxic people in Brisbane than one.
Yeah, but you're gonna get like a different treatment because you're from out of state. Like that makes sense.
No,
Like
well, that's the thing.
Because you're
Just different,
famous.
it's like-
Okay, you're
Yeah.
famous.
you are, yeah. In this very small niche, you are very well known for sure.
Exactly. And it's like when Andy came, everyone's like, "Oh, who the fuck is Andy?" Even
Even I'm sometimes like, who the fuck is Andy? I'm
honestly,
like, who is this
like,
guy?
you are left with a bad taste in your mouth if you get smacked around by a fucking Aventador.
That's
Yeah, no, I mean that
That's
was
true.
definitely a
Dude.
nice showing.
5DX Plus.
5 days
Honestly,
plus
I-
Aventador is disgusting.
Oh Jesus Christ! I watched
God, that
back
car was
old,
good.
I watched back old footage of it, and I was like, man, this car's broken as hell.
Dude, it is like everything seems broken. Like with that car, when you look at like, how easily you could just direct it, and whatever, it gets in the way, right? But like, you weren't getting displaced so badly like an MT6 that like it becomes a liability to be that wide.
Yeah.
So it was just so dominating.
That's one of the things that some people did ask me to do is actually just write a car tier list. But unlike Mikey's reviews and stuff, he has like a 5-dimensional thing where it's like it's good for running, good for blocking, blah blah blah.
Yeah, that little
I've talked to
hexagonal
David
sort of,
about it. I've talked to David about it, and I feel like the only fair way you can rate cars in MT is risk versus reward.
Yes.
Does a car have good risk
Agreed.
reward. It's like, okay, so the 66 Corvette, which is what I've been using recently,
Interesting car.
that is a high risk, medium reward car.
Absolutely,
yeah,
agreed.
I think I can get footage out of it of you using Corvette.
Yeah, it's like it is very high risk, and you
Oh
don't
my
get
god, Jimmy!
you
I
don't-
just watched that fucking Yasu corner. You got
Oh.
fucking blasted.
Yeah, in the air.
Yeah, because you tried. I mean,
I
like,
tried to
I
push it.
appreciate you going for forward boosts on. I appreciate you going for forward boosts on traffic because that's the most Chad thing you can do in first place.
Yeah.
But like, God, I
Doesn't
wish it
work
worked.
anymore.
God, I wish it worked. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
so
I miss
like-
that so
so-
much.
Not
so
hard
like-
to work.
like cars like R32, RX8, they are just low risk.
Low risk. The reward completely depends on how good you are, but like they're so good.
But it is
They're
high.
very favorable.
So the potential in them is max, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that's
they can do
what I-
anything.
that's what I mean. It's like you can't compare an FD to an R32 in terms
No,
of
you can't.
speed or bulk,
No.
right? It's not fair.
The
What?
startup on the R32 is legitimately unfair.
Yeah,
Like
and that's what I'm
it's so good.
So like things like the Cosmo, right? The 4-gear Cosmo.
Mm.
I would
Cosmo's
probably put that in medium risk, high reward.
Yes,
Nah,
absolutely.
it's low risk.
No,
It's low
No,
risk.
no,
No, I don't think about
me,
low risk because remember, it's you driving because
it's
you know how to
also-
drive cars well.
because Jimmy, you know what it's like. If you eat shit in a 4-gear car, it takes a while to get your boost back.
It
right?
sucks, yeah.
Yeah, but
Right, so-
with Cosmo, I don't feel like using 4-gear car. It feels like a perfect 5-gear car.
But,
that's the thing.
but it
Oh,
has the
you-
issues of the 4-gear car is that it has fucking awful acceleration. The only car that has 4-gear acceleration that's really good is SVX. That's it.
I disagree a little bit on the JC having bad excel. I think the stretch acceleration in fourth is not that great, but the startup's okay. I think it does okay on startup.
All 4-gear cars have good startup, and then after you shift to third, you just
But then SVX just explodes in fourth.
blasts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What would be the
someone's
most
asking
high risk-
high
high risk-
reward.
Oh.
Z31.
No,
Oh,
I've talked to David about this. It's literally a Venstore NC1. That's it.
No, I think
Yeah,
M1.
no. Actually,
think
that's
M1.
actually super fair. The NC1 is such a
Yeah.
capable car, but it does get trashed. It gets
Ex-
trashed.
You get trashed by traffic. You get trashed by wall.
Yeah, or by traffic especially.
Like there's no, but the reward payout for a really good event store or NC1 player is astronomical.
Huge, yeah, because
Like,
you're a big obvious target, but like if you can defend, like if you find yourself in favorable situations, like for most of the match, it's very difficult to sort of work your way around it.
Low risk, low risk, low reward. Oh, that's just a shit car then.
That's
Oh, no.
highest.
Oh no, so that's a good car, but is shit in every
NA2.
other car.
Yeah,
Yeah, NA2, NA2,
Yep, NA2 is
NA1.
good.
Even NA1 is fucking shit now.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like they're both cars that like drive
Shit.
fine, but like it's relatively low risk using them, but you'll get blasted.
Yeah, so
Like-
okay, so another car real quick that's low risk, high reward is A86 because that car's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
And 110S basically.
As soon as you said that, I just watched
Aaron,
an
wow.
A86 just blast through the first
Oh,
place.
86 is such a good car. Like it's the most balanced car throughout the whole like expansions. Like
Yeah.
it's always been top tier.
I was
Like,
so worried.
I dislike that car so much though. Like I don't like it.
I was
but-
worried that it was going to be like squishy and just like it'll be like, oh, it's got everything, it's got amazing handling, but it's slow and shit. But they made it so strong, which I'm happy for.
Okay, no, actually, no. Okay, so a low risk, low reward car would be a car that's extremely safe, but has no strong feats, but is also not difficult to drive.
Even
That-
on.
R32.
No, not Evo
No, Evo 9's too good for that.
Even
R32.
nine's high. No, not R30. R30 is high, low risk, high reward. Low risk,
Oh.
low reward is like a really.
Yeah, you don't have to commit
Yeah.
with R32 to get something out of it.
That's like no. Okay, so that's like a car you would just drive, and you just given. You just take whatever place you're given. So if people eat shit, you come first.
RX8.
No, not RX8. RX8 you can do stuff.
RX is not
RX8
high
is
reward
better now.
car. It's
Oh no, I know what it is. It would literally be NA Miata. You don't win.
NA Miata is high risk.
No, it's not because it's small and it's easy to drive.
Remember when small used to be a bad thing?
And you can't
Yeah,
in
true.
NA Miata, right? You can't really force stuff to happen. Like
That's
there's
true.
no agency, right? Event store, there's a lot of agency. You can force.
Well, you're a
people to do stuff.
presence.
Yeah, you have a huge presence. NA Miata and even to a degree NC Miata,
Mm.
you just like if you're in second place and no one passes you
Hey,
and you don't
How
get
about
blocked, and you
R33?
keep
No
on-
many people talk about R33.
33 is the dark horse of.
No,
of-
that's a medium risk, medium reward.
Yeah, it is. It more or less falls into a mid tier. Yeah, it does.
Supra.
Like, same deal.
So
Same
that-
deal there.
Yeah, that would fit. That's low risk, low reward. Like,
Yeah.
you don't do anything, but if you get second, you get second. Like,
That's a
like,
great question. Who the fuck has driven a Gloria? I'm sure Kevin has.
Gloria is
I
it's
didn't
not great. I borrowed Adrian's one, his S rank one.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's not good. It's like it's medium risk, medium reward. No, it's sorry. Actually, it's medium risk, low reward. That car is like it's big, it's long, has very very dull acceleration and turning.
But Andy, driving a unique car is its own reward.
Yeah, shut
Well,
up.
it is true. Look at
Yeah.
me, 190E. Such a shit car now. Holy fuck.
I love the 190. I still think
I
it's
used to
fucking
love it. Nowadays, I'm hating it. I'm hating
Really?
it.
Oh my
It's-
God.
it's
I
not-
haven't
Yeah,
done
do you know?
it- done
Do
an
you know?
update
You know?
for it.
You know why? It's because you're not playing 660.
Okay.
Kevin, did you have something to say about the Gloria?
I don't see any benefit on 660 with 190E. Zero benefit.
Mm.
It's
Yeah,
it's just feels so bad now. I used to love that car so much.
Just give it back the bugged hitbox and then we're
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
I don't need a bug hitbox. I just want the
I'm
pen
gonna
side
drop that
panel
in the
boost.
chat.
The side panel boost. Like 190 used to give you the side panel boost, so you can just lean on someone and you get the boost.
It was the
off.
R32 in disguise, man. The side of that car is so
it's
strong.
Fucking beautiful. That thing is so beautiful.
yeah. Okay. Anyway, Kevin, what were you saying about Gloria?
I remember Adrian telling me that he felt he's being held back by driving the Gloria.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And it's like he wanted like a Nissan 4-door, and it's like just get a Laurel.
Mm.
Yeah, I've tried Laurel. Laurel is literally just a slightly better Gloria, but
Mhm.
even then, that car's unless you love those cars IRL, there's no reason
Yeah,
to.
that's the trump card of anything. Like if you
if
love
you-
the car, drive it. But
If you're trying to be a quirky 4-gear car man, just get an
yeah,
SUV.
yeah, you can't do that.
if you want
Drive a good
gear,
4-gear.
Go SVX or Cosmo.
Cosmo.
Like,
God,
Cosmo
SVX is so
and
good.
the SVX, those two are just good. Just amazing
it's
4-gear
so good.
cars.
2000 GT is a same thing as it's low risk, low reward. There's nothing good
I
about that
don't
car.
like 2000 GT as well. 2000 GT just doesn't feel right. Something.
so-
I like how it looks.
Yeah, that's
looks
it.
Nice looking car,
Yeah,
beautiful.
like, I mean, that
gorgeous.
car's a fucking million. It's literally $1 million IRL now.
Dude, they're beautiful. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a work of
beautiful
art. But yeah, because like in MT5, I always thought of it as like just kind of like a scuffed S30, but like it's definitely like there's definitely like a roundness to it that the S30 doesn't really have.
The S30 has fat acceleration.
Okay,
Always
S30 is just a good car. Like, it's just
is
so strong.
a slightly bad R32, but it
Yeah,
has
so
different
it's-
characteristic. It has
Yeah, it's
different characteristic to it.
It's really low risk, high reward car.
It-
No,
that
and
was-
narrow,
it's a
narrow,
But it-
long overhang.
It's
yeah.
a cross between R32 and FD, so it handles great.
It has a tiny butt,
Yeah.
small butt, so it can't get
Yep, small
dived.
bum. Yeah.
But pointy nose, so it's easy to dive.
Which is
So-
surprised because I don't see that many S30 mains anymore.
It's,
You know who I never see ever? GDBFs, dude. Where the fuck are they?
that's medium risk, medium reward.
Median,
This car,
yeah, very median.
That car, like it feels like a mid tier, even though it's so closely related to the C to me.
You know that was actually my favorite car in 3DX Plus.
Yeah,
it didn't have a
really.
bugged hitbox.
No.
Oh,
It was just a great acceleration, great hitbox. Everything was great with that car.
I will never understand the dev's ability to make a car who has such a similar body to the C feel so much wider. It's
camera
unbelievable. It's a talent, honestly. Like JCA 70, that thing is about the width of an 180, but it looks like an Aventador. Like that thing, they really
Yeah,
put
like,
the
if
camera angle in the
If you
worst
look at
place.
Event Store, it doesn't actually look that wide. But
It
it's
doesn't. No, because it's broad. It's got broad sides.
yeah, it's got a good camera angle. Camera
Yes,
angle-
it does. It's favorable,
camera
and that
angle makes a
actually
big
plays into it a
difference.
lot.
Yeah.
No, it does totally.
It makes a
I reckon
huge
if you could like, if they had like a
Control it.
setting for controlling camera angle, oh my god, so many cars would fly up. Like if you could see the front of it like more reliably, oh my god, that would be unbelievable.
It's just like the Hakasuka is literally the narrowest.
Oh yeah, actually, I've been thinking about
But it
tuning
looks
my.
it looks so wide.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's shit, Jimmy. Nah, I tried an MT6. It's fucking awful.
Is it that bad?
Jimmy, it's the same width as an RX3, yeah, with
Yeah.
no acceleration.
It's
Oh,
so
looks
bad
so
I often
cool.
forget it's in the
It's-
game.
Horrible handling.
Cool.
It's very cool, but it's
It is
so
very cool.
Shit. It's so shit.
Oh,
It's
I mean,
like
2002 Turbo, which I think it's like the analog to that car.
nah,
Like
2002 is so much better.
no. It is absolutely so much better. I just like the vibe I see on the screen. Like it's got a similar sort of like
Same
sort of
playstyle.
visual footprint. You know,
Same
if that
same
makes any
playstyle.
sense.
Yeah.
It just sort of
Andy,
just
actually, do you even start talking about the the Bible? I think we've been off track for like 2 hours now.
we went off track so
mean,
bad. I don't
it-
even think EJ fucking finished his story.
No,
Oh yeah. You guys continue. You guys continue.
we are so
I mean,
all
bad
good,
at
bro.
this. We are
This-
so horrible at doing podcasts. Jesus.
Nah, this is great. I'm
there's not really much to talk about. It's
No,
all
well,
really
well,
self-explanatory.
Well,
okay,
I
like,
mean-
you can go through the basics just so that people can
I
read
did.
through more in further depth.
Just-
I do.
Just read, Jimmy. I wrote it down so I wouldn't have to explain it a
Okay,
million times.
okay, fine.
Andy, can you teach me how to play?
So to
Okay,
the viewers, actually, did you link the? Did you send the link?
Yeah,
to,
I did. I
Okay,
did.
okay.
I did.
Yeah. So basically, with this Bible made by Andy, it gives you a basic fundamental idea of like how to block people safely, and it
Yeah.
goes through basic, basic step of like basic no brake displacement block, brake block, and then this one here, prediction brake block.
I love
PBB.
PBB.
That
That is so
PBB,
good.
Honestly, I needed to actually give some of these stuff that we do a name.
PBB.
I know. We were just talking about that because there's no nomenclature. Like almost every blocking I hear people refer to, especially like newer players, it's always brake blocking because it's the only term that they hear constantly.
This one, it's a beautiful. That's I think we're going to be using PBB for a very long time.
I like PBB.
Yeah,
It's like
and then-
JVB for wall
yeah.
scrapes. I like that.
And you have the basic fundamental of running and lining, and obviously running and lining that requires you to actually learn the map. Okay, learn the map. It's like any driving game, any racing game. It's always out in out. Okay, you don't go in, or you don't go in out in. Okay, it's always out in out. That's just basic. So, but you learn the track. That's the main thing. As long as you know the track, you can actually run the actual. We can run away. Boost catch up mechanic.
Yeah, and that's how you don't reach the end of story. Thank you, Jimmy.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Oh, okay, Jimmy. They can't see the links, so I don't know how you want.
Send me the link.
Can you not see it either in the chat?
No, you send me the link. Oh wait, you in a Discord. Okay, so
I sent you on Discord. I sent it in this Discord.
okay, so I will send the link to you.
Did anyone see my link that I dropped into chat, or a link's blocked?
No, you can. No, but I've been linking it like 4 times, and apparently links just don't show up.
Oh, really?
Okay, there you
Okay,
go.
so mine didn't show up either.
Okay, I'm going to play some video games with Amy. So yeah, you guys keep talking.
All right. Well, thank you for showing
There
up,
you go.
Andy.
That's
Appreciate it.
the link for this Andy's Bible Part 1. Part 2 coming soon, and
No,
maybe
it's not
Part
coming
3 as
soon.
well. But
It's
Part
not- I
2 is
haven't-
going to cost $2.99, and then Part 3 is going to cost $5. Just be aware.
I'll set up a Patreon.
Wait, did you just put it in the chat?
Yeah, I
it's in
just
the
put in the chat. I just did.
I don't see it.
Google
I
Doc.
can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
I-
It works. The link works.
And
Okay.
traffic
Wait, what?
manipulation. That's something that.
Okay. Bye bye.
See you, Andy.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Traffic manipulation. That's something that I would say Steven does quite a lot as well, and I do it quite a
Oh,
lot.
baby.
Yeah, that's like our forte. That's what we do probably the best. Like
Yeah, fuck your traffic.
yeah,
I just
traffic
fuck it up.
pushes. Traffic pushes. It's if once you know how to do it, it's amazing.
I will say his classification of the 5 types of traffic is very accurate. Although I will say Pajero is almost always not worth going for unless you want a Hail Mary, because the back of that car, the hitbox is a mystery. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, but like the thing with traffic manipulation, right? Like pushing traffic, that you need to understand your car's capability. So not every
Yes.
car is the same. That's something that people need to be really aware. Like certain car can push traffic a lot easier than the other, and the traffic push approach is very different on each car.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
so-
without a doubt.
Yeah, don't forget to actually understand. It's not same. Every car is different. Some people.
As a general rule, if you have a square front hitbox, like Z31 is the example I always think of because it's possibly the most square front in the entire fucking game. It's very easy to pinpoint exactly where the edge of your car is, which is what you need to line up in order to displace traffic. when it comes to cars with a rounded front, like FD, you need to either line it up perfectly or sort of tilt your car inwards so that there's more of a chance that the front hits rather than the side, and you get dragged in, and then you hit it.
Like my approach, especially like I probably use FD, or I push a lot of traffic with FD.
Yeah, no, it's still
Yeah,
capable.
with FD, like you just really need to look at the actual traffic's corner. Really, just look at the corner, and when your nose is about to approach the corner, you do a nice flick motion. Just do a little bit of flick,
Yeah,
and yeah, you can actually push traffic quite far.
yeah.
Another way,
Even
also
in
is
MT6,
yeah, yeah,
it's still relatively mobile. You can actually
I
like
have a
move it
question.
across several lanes.
yeah, and also you know what I do, especially with FD, is when I push traffic, as about to push it, I will actually gas off on and off straight away, like bum bum, like on off
Just to
on.
give yourself a bit of slide
Th-
inwards.
No, actually what I found is that motion moves the traffic quicker.
Oh, really?
So instead of sliding like slowly out, actually you can push from one like the position to the outer position really really quickly.
Oh,
So
that's interesting.
yeah, basically within, let's say if the opponent is 15 to about 20 meters, most
That's
of
pretty
time,
prime.
yeah, 15 to 20 meters, yeah, they won't be able to actually react on time.
Yeah, that's a fast push will get them no
Yeah.
worries. At about 30, a slower push is better.
Mm.
But it's sort of hard to.
And then yeah,
Oh,
you also can look into like another like traffic push I do is like in line manipulation. So I would pretend that I was going to go through the side of
hold
the
on, just 1 second.
yeah, goes to the side, but I would actually change line in the last minute and then push the traffic inwards to where I was supposed to be going. And that most people will follow your line, so that they will end up actually hitting that traffic, um, which is a great way to actually play around. It's great fun. More you practice, the more you get better at it. That's just how it is. Um, oh, there you go,
Sorry about
diving.
that. So I've been interrupted like 400 times, and I'm just like, I'm almost done. Just give me like five
Oh,
more.
who's asking?
No, it's just my sister. Don't worry
Oh, your
about it.
sister.
It's all good.
Ah.
Yeah, no, don't stress, don't stress.
You single?
Shut
Oh,
up.
fucking hell. Fucking hell. Jesus. Jeez,
Fucking
EJ.
Christ.
Go back to your Annie.
I've got my
Hey, you never say the A word.
Is it I or E or Y? I can't remember.
oh my god, dude.
None of the above. I have a question. Have you guys talked about like the different ways to push the traffic, or is that already covered?
Oh, yes.
We were sort of
yeah,
just going through
we
that
were
now,
sort of
yeah.
going through that before, but like, traffic push is always, it's different. It's very
It's a
different.
gamble as
It's a
well.
gamble.
Like it's
a gamble.
definitely like yeah, it's not like I would say only do it in advantageous positions. Like if you've got boost to spare, or if you've got like a nice healthy sort of lead, like it's not super like obviously not super wise to do it as a like when you're in disadvantage. Like I mean I know that sounds obvious, but like sometimes you can just be like, oh, maybe I can just nail third place, when you're in second. But I think if you're in first, and even if it doesn't hit the first player, there's a chance that the displaced traffic will hit someone behind them. You
Mhm.
know.
And
Shut
that's
up,
the thing
Daryl.
with traffic. That's the thing. Like, after you push it, like, you might not get the person in second, you might not get person in third, but you actually will get the person in fourth because the traffic
Yep.
will move back in. And
Yeah.
sometimes if people is not really aware of how the traffic moves,
And that's
they
and
will
that's
cut.
a yeah, and that's a part of being in that's a part of being in fourth place hell, especially
Yep.
in MT6.
Yeah, that's just oh, there you go. Oh, cushion. Um, I just happened to click a random video and it just happened to get random cushions.
Nice.
But like,
Ah,
yeah,
man,
it's
I miss the old traffic. It was so good.
oh yeah. Unfortunately, broken physics, not gonna come back anytime soon.
That
But
era is over, dude.
yeah, but like that's the
Mm.
thing. Like I still enjoy the every odd chance of getting the
Oh, when it happens now, it's
when it
so hype.
happens, it's satisfying. It's so satisfying.
Yeah. I wish there was a way to just figure it out, like maybe we're just doing it the wrong way. I don't know. I just feel like it's just not, yeah, I mean obviously it's not the same, but like I swear to God, like 9 times out of 10 I'd get a soft push. Like I was on it. Like I could do it, no worries.
I feel like there's like the way that we used to do it in 5DX and 5DX Plus is like it's different one more time. I feel like
Mm.
because like even the R34, which is like fucking hell, like really hard to push traffic.
It
Like,
is sort of, yeah.
but like there are times that I've actually managed to actually like do the soft push. I was like, yes.
So
But
good.
yeah, I know. But like right now, what like because I'm washed up, I'm rusty as hell. What I normally do is like, how a lot of people, Chris, they follow like the TA line, and then it's so easy to like if you have two cars lined up, one is a lorry and one is like an R2, and then the lorry, and then like you don't hit the lorry, but you hit the R2, and they don't see it coming. Like that's I feel like it's
Oh, it's like no problems. Yeah, like if like it's one of those things that like it's that even just the knowledge that that's even possible that separates like players who have had a lot of experience. Because like I feel like once you play against somebody who manipulates traffic a lot, you never forget it. You're just like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I gotta look out for this for sure.
yeah. No, and it's like, in a nutshell, like MT, if like it's less of a race, not as much of a racing game, but more of like think of it like a chess game. Like it's about like mind games, especially when you're like trying to pass first place,
Absolutely, yeah.
or if you're playing 2v2, it's all about forcing a mistake, waiting for someone to fuck up,
hmm
like me or Jimmy, um, or like working together to sort of like outplay someone. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and that's the part that you can't really teach because it's just that's the sort of thing like it's just experience over time. But having a like a good basis in fundamentals really helps, obviously. And
Yeah,
that's sort of like where Andy's guide helps a lot because it puts down like the most basic interactions and writes them down and gives you a an actual sort of jumping off point because when I started like blocking just seemed impossible. It was just like I can't get past this. What do you mean? Like this they're just locking it down. Every time you'd come up they'd close the book on you and it's like
Bro,
okay,
same.
well,
That was me when I first started, like at the end of MT4, like near
yeah,
MT5.
dude, it seemed like impossible. It was like, all
Yeah.
right, fuck, all right,
It's
no,
like
that's it.
yeah, it's like in what's it called again? It's like in most games you can be like search up for a walkthrough, but like one explanation when I was used to like teaching people in Sydney was like it's like it's hard for me to explain. I have to demonstrate because
Mm.
you can't just Google how to pass Raj on the C1 out corner or the C1 in red corner. You can't
Oh
just
yeah,
Google that. You know what I mean? You have
yeah.
to
You mean
actually
like CP3 red, right?
CP4 red like
Oh yeah, no,
the
that's so complicated. So many things can happen.
for instance, me
Oh
we
yeah.
use book.
I put you as a mod on the thing as you asked.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just so I can post links. Like I've just gotta like that's what traffic throwing used to be once you got good at it. Like start of the race, you could just start tossing shit straight away. No fucking loss and boost, just back. No problems at all. This was in tournament, when I come up to Brisbane first time.
You had
I'll
the
tell you.
bloody traffic cushion as well in one of the tournaments.
Yeah, dude.
I think that was 1v1 with Mikey, but yeah, that was great.
Yes.
That was great.
That was a good time.
Everyone
And
was
like
just
look,
like, "What the fuck?"
dude, that was the fucking sickest. I had never gotten that cushion before. I knew it was possible,
Oh,
but I'd never
cushion is
gotten it.
actually hard because you have inline or the outline cushion, and I
Mm.
found inline cushion is actually a lot harder. Outline cushion is a lot easier.
Yeah, no, it is
So
because it buffers up against the
yeah,
wall.
but the
Yeah.
problem is the traffic hardly ever spawns on the middle line. Always
No,
spawns
it
on
doesn't.
the
It's always outside.
yeah. So it's
Oh, you
yeah.
know what I think it was for that tournament? We were doing C1 closed, so maybe that changed the
Oh, that could
where
change
the
traffic where this traffic spawn. Yeah, I guess.
yeah, because it wouldn't split off to the new belt side.
It's usually the traffic disappears at the decision marker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like obviously, like this, like traffic manipulation isn't I wouldn't say it's a fundamental skill, but dealing with traffic in your line is one of those things that you definitely need to consider, and you can't just look at the traffic like just an unmovable obstacle. It is something that you can land on in a certain way. I mean, even just truck boosting at the end of corners, like if there's a truck on the exit, just land on the side of the truck. Like that's simple. Everyone does that in the high level because it's like there's nothing wrong with it. You land on it, you lose no speed, and you even close the gap on the left for anybody trying to do something sneaky.
And actually,
like,
yeah,
it's
and
perfect.
this guy actually does go through like there are different way of pushing traffic. You always have
Of
the
course.
corner push, which I do a lot, and then you have side push, or you also have the tail push.
Yeah, where
So
you prop up against the wall and
yeah,
you turn out.
that's
Yeah,
the easiest method, but that's also that's
slow.
it's low risk, but it a high risk because you actually lose speed,
It's slow.
so you're slowing down. The corner push, you know, you have about 60% chance of not losing speed, or even if you lose it, you only lose like maybe 10k instead of like, you know,
Totally, yeah.
20, 30k
Yeah, because you,
running
you
wall.
spend time on the wall
Yeah.
just butting against it, like that's gonna lose you tons of speed.
Another push you can always do is instead of you tap the tail of the traffic. Sorry, you use your tail to tap the traffic.
Mhm.
When you're about to go past the traffic, you sort of give a little bit of sway motion.
Yeah, and then it
Yeah,
moves it off its line a little
nudge a
bit.
little bit. Yeah, so for some
Yeah,
people that might go through the traffic, that they might actually clip that a little bit. You know,
yeah, totally.
yeah, it's not gonna kill them.
That's
Yeah, but it's
no,
just
no,
gonna
it
slow them
won't, but
down.
it might displace them enough to force them into another
Yeah.
mistake. And especially, I think that's especially relevant in MT6 because exiting corners is like really on the line is like, you know, it's a little bit more inconsistent because like if you come in too hot on on an exit, like you've got less time to really correct. I feel like a lot of people are spending more time in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And if that happens, just a little bit of a displacement of traffic into onto the line of the lanes, that can be devastating, especially if the car just randomly decides to be extremely heavy for no reason. Which is another problem, but you know that's a whole other fucking
Oh
thing.
yeah, actually another tip for people, if you're using big car like let's say R35, Aventador, anything sort of bit
I mean,
bulky,
fuck, even 34 is a bulky
yeah,
boy.
well yeah, anything that sort of bulky, just drive in the middle line
Mm.
because if you drive in
Especially
the
when you're
middle
starting
line,
out.
it's actually really hard for people to go past you. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to necessarily take the most tightest.
No,
Of course,
never.
you know, if someone's really close to you, yeah, you might have to. But most of the time, if you stay in the middle line, you can actually block left or right line quite easily. So, you know, that's probably the best way to go.
Yeah, I just in the chat, none tried to also donate to your Streamlabs. Yeah, Jimmy needs to fix his PayPal in order to get tips.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just tried to tip. So I mean, that's what I'm assuming he's talking about, unless he's talking about our MT tips not working, which would be a strange thing to
Probably
say.
empty tip not working. That's no surprise.
Instructions unclear. Zero stop myself. That kind of thing. That's
Um,
another thing too. Like even just talking about like if you see flashing arrows, there's more than likely you shouldn't be there. Like if it's just like on the side of the road and there's like a gap, like it's such a beginner's thing to be like, oh, I'll just be here, and then you just that you know. You know, as an experienced player, you see that and you're like, "Well, you're fucked now," and then you just bump them a little bit, and they just fucking, they, you, you just stop them, right? Even small little things like that.
Satisfying.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
And then in
Um,
my head, I'm just like eternally laughing, and then I see them get up and then they leave. So that was
like the C1 in the S, you have that little kill spot in the middle of that S.
yep.
That is so easy for a newer player to fall into because like you go past it just following the normal line. Um, and yeah, you can just like bop them into it. It's so good.
Other one on Hakone in like you know in CP2 there's like
Oh yeah. The ridiculously sort of like sharp S that you just drive through, but you know if they don't have a good control over their car, you can just nudge them into just a direct brick wall.
yep, I did it to some guy. This was like maybe 2017, 18.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, it was 2018, yeah. He got so mad at me, he stood up, he's like, bro.
Oh yeah, because as a new player, it's just like, why are you being so mean?
Oh, he wasn't a new player. Like he had like decent mileage on his car. He wasn't a new player. He was just, and then he got really mad at me. He's like, oh, bro, I dare to do this in real life. Let's first.
Oh, that's what they always fucking say. That's what they always say first. When people get mad and they're sort of new and they have like this idea that like there's any kind of real life basis in this game, that's the first thing they go to because it's like it's like, oh well, yeah, you can't do this shit in real life. It's like, well, no fucking shit, you know, like obviously, like it's nothing like it.
Well,
Yeah, and it's
That triggers me so hard, dude. I hate that.
yeah, and then the guy wanted to race me in real life. He's like, "Oh, I can't go flogging." I'm like, "Okay, okay, you want to go outside?"
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
Sydney for you.
Yep. But I'll be honest, like when I first started playing the game, like I had the same thing towards blocking as well. Like not like angry, but like I was like,
Oh, but it doesn't feel good. It never feels good to get blocked. Absolutely not.
I was like, fuck, how do I pass him? And then that was how I met Winston, my very first friend of MT. Like, the first thing I said to him was, "Why the fuck are you blocking my car like that?" And then he was like, "Oh, do you want me to teach you? Do you want me to show you how to do it?" And yeah, and
And then you learn. You're like, oh shit, okay, I can do it too. Neat.
and then that is how the friendship of the two former best players of Sydney was formed.
Yeah. And like the flip side to blocking is that blocking someone else feels really cathartic once you learn it.
Yeah, you'd be like, "Oh, I know how to do it."
When I learned, like when I think it was 3DX Plus, how I met Carlos was I was like playing just like some verses on C1, and I had a bunch of friends there. I was just showing off like, hey, look how good I am at this game, blah. And then Stitch comes on, and he times me out on C1. He held me the entire game and timed me out in front of my friends, and I'm just like, oh my god. I've never been so fucking utterly destroyed in my life.
Ah, yes, dude. That's like me. I will destroy people in the game, and then
Because like
in real life, I'll destroy them in real life too.
absolutely, dude, with facts and logic.
Yeah. Oh,
Damn it, Jimmy.
what's wrong?
I want to donate.
Okay, I don't even know. I got to check through why. Restricted.
Oh, it's
Do you have like a?
Hey,
Yeah,
you
it just says
can
restricted.
donate through me, and then I'll donate to Jimmy.
Yeah, just donate to my Streamlabs, and and I'll pass it on.
Yeah, no, I'll
I
give you my
promise.
PSP and account number. You send everything to me.
Says the
Why
banker.
is Streamlabs settings
No
so
longer a banker.
messy? Holy moly!
That's awesome.
Sorry, no longer a banker, so your argument is invalid.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna think you was one though. Whenever I'm gonna pitch you, I'm just gonna picture you behind like the desk of Combank.
No,
For a while. For a while. at
EJ's
least.
moving up the ladder. He's getting there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I'm,
He's making
I'm not
moves,
wait-
dude.
I'm not waiting 30 years for a branch manager to retire or die for me to get a promotion.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
No,
And, like,
I got you.
I know, like, back in the days when Jimmy was my age, we would be fucking playing MT like from 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock or 12 o'clock to close.
Oh my god.
At my peak, I probably played from opening 9 a.m. till 3 a.m. the following day.
Holy shit!
That's my peak. Like that's the peak.
I mean, even I was never that crazy. Like
How do you
even
do that? It's like even on Jimmy's Sydney trip, like I play for like maybe 4, 5, 6 games, and I'm just like, and I get up, and everyone's like, "Oh, what's going on?" I was like, "Oh, bro, I need a break. I'm too tired."
I need a stretch, dude.
So
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, I don't have any kind of endurance like that. I think the biggest stint I ever had was for Yesu OCM. The arcade we went to opened up early for us. We were all there at 7 a.m. and we just played all the way through to like 1 a.m. It was fucked. It was like because like OCM's already like stressful. Not that I had any chance of winning because it was like fuck, or like even getting top 100 because it's like Yesu and I'm not
Didn't
good at
Carlos
it.
win one of them?
Yeah, Carlos won the first one on C1.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Unicorn play, dude.
Oh, I remember first OCM. Abao got mad at me.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, Abel got mad at me. He didn't even do it himself. He paid someone to do it.
yeah, they just have to do
But
it.
yeah, because
So-
he had the top ghost and I fucking reset the ghost. So he got so mad at me. Holy fuck.
That's awesome. Is he the I'll fucking kill you guy?
Yeah, that guy, that famous guy. Yeah, him. Yeah,
What an amazing quote.
it's amazing.
Yeah, he's the guy that's like, it's so funny. Like me and David, when me and David first met, we were like meme about him all the time, and I see David just like full shit on him. 'Cause back then, like David actually had really good Fukuoka TA. Oh
Yeah.
my god! And he's like, and then I would be like, oh, like don't. He's like, oh, don't touch too hard. I'm near the top. And then
Oh, yeah, that's another great quote.
yeah, and then David and I found out that he didn't even do his own time attack because I was like asking I was asking KKE like another article main for like tips and shit.
Yeah,
And
like
then,
not even like no top player really brags like that, you know? Like I feel like that's such like a I mean, obviously, you know.
hey, I brag all the
No,
time.
yeah, no, yeah.
Hey,
I
I'm
mean,
not.
obviously there's no accounting for personality, but like I just think in general like they let the driving speak for itself, you know? It's not really like, "Ooh, check me out. Top 1 time attack," you know what I mean?
Hey, I'm top one time attack too. I'm 3 minutes or one.
Okay, I get it. Okay, now I know why the tip thing doesn't work. Okay, I can fix it now. It's
Please
stupid.
do.
It's stupid. Let me get my card. Give me a sec.
Go for it.
Very good.
I think
Yeah.
it's harder in MT6 to like really to because like I feel like you don't get enough boost back for like we're talking like slow game, like the slow blocking.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Um
one thing that really like killed my playstyle. I had to actually adapt because what's it called again? The speed penalty when you hit the wall. I
oh,
think
it's so gross.
that one is like it's much bigger, and that's what I've noticed. And then the contact sometimes it's like it's inconsistent. Like I don't know, like for me, like because I pretty much quit from 2018 or 2017 after the tournament after I bought my
Yeah, yeah,
CC6.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I just quit cold turkey because I didn't even like I worked somewhere else where it's not even near an arcade. Wasn't
Right,
even
right.
there.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then like I'll play like games here and there, go to the tournaments, say hi to everyone. Or I do
Mm.
apologize for background noise. I actually got a new microphone. It's the ice ball one. It's really
Yeah,
good. So good.
that's
But
good.
it picks up so much shit. Anyways,
Well, on Discord, if you just go into like the noise suppression, that should take out most of the background.
yeah.
Like
It's still
obviously the people talking loudly in the background, you're still gonna pick up a little bit, but it
yeah,
might be a little better. It might just attenuate your voice a little better.
yeah, fair enough.
But I was gonna say, fuck. Yeah, no, no, yeah, your playstyle would have gotten pretty gutted. And that's part of like the well, the difficulty I had with adapting was like, I mean, I hate any change, but the changes that were implemented, I mean, like first and foremost, like I mean, traffic was was what I did. Like I did that no matter what. Doesn't matter. Like I would like I mean, and Kevin will tell you, I would throw games just to throw traffic. Like you know what I mean? Like I would be winning. All I'd have to do was drive straight, and I would fucking try and bump something and lose.
Yeah. It's part of experimenting,
My expense ratio.
Yeah. My metal ratio it reflects that for sure.
Or
But yeah, no, experimentation was the fun part. You know, like it felt it was nice, but I felt like I had to hold on to some kind of like accrued skill in MT6. So I stopped experimenting, and I was playing this very no fun playstyle and still losing and feeling miserable. So that was like my first like year and a half with the game until I stopped being a big fucking baby about it and just started actually looking at the game as a game and something I can actually learn.
when MT60 first like came out, like I went on the launch day because everyone in the
You
London
addict.
cousin. Yeah, shut up. I was actually on leave and it actually coincided with my uni exam, so I went after uni.
What the fuck? So I'm watching this battle. That interaction was so violent. Oh my god. That fucking who's driving that 190E in this?
Me. I'm pretty sure 198. Oh no, that's Mal's girlfriend. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
God damn. All right. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Like
I added a credit card thing on there, so I don't know. I think
All right, I'll
PayPal
give it a
has
go.
changed, but I don't know if it's gonna work.
PayPal
I really don't
sucks.
know.
All right, hold on.
PayPal, I think,
Oh
has
yeah.
got some stupid in shit. I don't know if it's gonna
All right,
work.
let me give it a go. Oh, I see. Yeah, I can pay on create credit card. Yes,
Let's see if it works.
Log into Streamlabs.
did they take
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting further in, so
did they take like the commission out of
yeah,
it?
there it goes.
It went through.
Yeah, I'm just putting in my thing right now, but you have to use a credit card. Can't use.
I think I need to fix the PayPal thing up.
Yeah. Sorry,
It's
I
weird.
talked over EJ. What was up?
I was just asking for the donation. Like, do they take like a fee out of it for commission?
I think there's a transaction fee, but whatever, at the end of the day, I'm probably going to end up using whatever the donation I get towards charity or whatever. Anyway, I'm not planning to make money by
Charity.
streaming MT.
No,
Yeah,
you
it's
wouldn't
not.
be on YouTube if you were planning to make money.
It's not how I do it. It's
Hey,
it's one moment.
so Jimmy, there's the Every Property donation fund. If you would kindly make a donation, thank you.
I do have a long-term sort of goal that I have. Like one day, if I earn enough money, I will open an arcade.
Yeah.
One day.
Oh, dude, that'd be fucking amazing.
Bro, the startup would be like the startup cost would be like astronomical, I'll tell you. And
It's
I think
probably
you need-
like 1.2 mil at least to start.
yeah, so I would say so. And then you have to get the entertainment license as well, because I actually looked into it as well. Because I was like, oh, like open your own arcade with MT to sort of expand the scene. But that was like very narrow thinking, because like with anything you have to actually like incorporate other things to
So-
accommodate, because like I think like in most arcades the ones that actually make money is actually like the pay to play games like MT, Tekken, DDR,
Mm.
whatever.
And then redemption, just your standard.
Yeah, because like I think that's what arcades capitalize on, and then the rest
Oh,
is
of
just like
course.
it's just to attract like the younger demographic, and then you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Mm.
no, absolutely.
And if
Yeah,
you
I
ever-
mean, it's hard. It's hard to make
And-
money in the like nowadays because it's such a
electricity, and there's less foot traffic as well. Even though
Yeah.
in Sydney, like even though like it's sort of back to normal because everyone fucking forgets what social distancing.
Okay. It's not just Sydney. Like Brisbane, same thing. Like we just had 3-day lockdown, and then people are actually treating like a normal days already. Like today, people are still going out, going to restaurant, going to fucking arcades. Same as yesterday. Like even Wong went out yesterday, which I was like, come on, like obviously
man.
government, didn't extend the lockdown because of Easter. Because
Yeah.
they really they don't have money. They can't afford to lose Easter money. Like
Yeah,
because
no, that's
there,
true.
there is a travel bubble as well, so
Mm.
they want to make sure people actually can travel around interstate. So that's the only reason they didn't extend lockdown, or else they still put a restriction on wearing mask till 15th of April. So, but basically, they're saying that we know there's going to be some cases happening till 15th of April, but we need the money, so let's open the remove the restriction completely.
Can I just say right now, I hate playing like high energy MT with a fucking mask on. Like, don't get me wrong, I will wear the mask because it's responsible.
It's bad.
But God, I hate it.
It's
It's just
bad.
and you would know, you wear glasses.
Yeah,
It just
it's
fucking
horrible.
sucks.
The
God,
whole
it
thing gets
sucks.
smogged up, and then
Oh,
you
it's
can
the worst.
smell your. Okay, you
Yeah.
don't smoke, so I smoke. I can smell my own secondhand cigarette.
Oh my God.
Oh, not good, not good.
As well.
That's why
That
I'm
sucks.
vaping now. I'm vaping now.
I actually noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny, Jimmy. You're like the only person I've ever seen who, like, you make it so not obvious that you smoke. Like, I would have not known that had you told me. And I know
Aw.
that's ridiculous because, like, I mean, I don't live in the same state as you, so it's not like I see you all the time. But even like, I don't even remember you smoking like when I was there, and you probably did. You probably like
Oh.
openly did it in front of me. But like, I'm like, I don't remember. Like, you don't. You know what I mean?
Okay, like to hang around MT people back in the day where everyone's uni student, I had to smoke. Like everyone was
Oh,
smoking. Oh my
yeah.
god! Like I remember, like I managed to buy the first cigarette when I was 16 years old. I managed to walk in and actually buy a cigarette without getting asked for ID.
Wait, a single cigarette or a
No,
pack?
a packet, a single
Okay,
cigarette.
I got
Oof,
you. I got you.
Single cigarette.
Buy a Lucy. That's funny.
Uh,
But yeah, no. Well, I mean, yeah, Eagle like smoked. Like
Oh.
he would do 15, 20 games of TA, go out, smoke, come back, and
yeah, like
And that
that's
would
the
be
thing. It's I would say what 60% of MT player probably smoke. 60,
Yeah,
70%,
there's a high amount.
Like,
at least the older like
yeah.
the veteran. Yeah.
Overseas, 100%.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, they're just Japan. Oh my
Japan,
god,
you can smoke inside.
they all smoke.
Hong
Yeah,
Kong, you can smoke inside, which is a different environment
absolutely.
altogether.
Yeah,
Like, it
more
is,
toxic, literally.
yeah, more toxic and definitely not kids friendly. That's for sure.
No.
Like,
Secondhand smoke.
certain
Oh my
arcade
god.
does put a restriction to say not allowed smoke, or there is there's designated smoking area.
Yeah, an area, yeah,
Um,
because otherwise it's just secondhand smoke like everywhere,
yeah.
and and not only that, but that shit just stains walls and like
Oh,
places smell like dank
like,
smoke
I
for
went
ages.
to the famous Game Zone Mongkok in Hong Kong, right?
Mhm.
They have
Oh
a
my
huge
God.
sign says no smoking, yet every single fucking machine has a cigarette burn mark on it.
Easily,
As soon
yeah.
as you walk down, you can smell the second, like the cigarette that being burnt for like the past 10 years. Like,
Yeah, dude.
no one was smoking when I walked in during the day, but when I walked out, my shirt smelled like I had like
Yeah,
fucking 10
man.
packet of cigarette. Like,
100%.
it was bad. It was
It's like an
bad.
eternal ashtray.
Same with the one in Guangzhou in China. In China, in Guangzhou, like when I went there on holidays with my parents and stuff, basically I went there to visit. I actually saw a couple of the players, and then like they would actually chug a ciggy while they were playing, and they use like the side speakers as
Oh
like
yeah,
the
side speakers ashtray. Yeah,
Oh my
you know,
god.
speaker.
Oh, is that
speaker
why
hole.
some of them have those burns?
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck?
That's where
That makes
where you burn out the
sense.
cigarettes. That's where you go. Oh shit, the game is starting, and then
I
you
mean,
start
to be
putting out.
fair, it really does look like an ashtray.
It's
Like,
great. It's great ashtray.
Yes.
I think now the new ashtray is the card dispenser on the machine.
it's even got metal on it,
Yeah,
so
it's
you
got
can
metal.
just
It's
ash
perfect.
it out.
It's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. You can put
It's
a little
so
bit of
bad.
water.
It's so bad to the machine. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It's gonna be smoked.
Yeah. Like like in Japan, like okay, only arcade I know that you can smoke and play is the arcade in Ikebukuro where Logic and Sora and everyone plays.
Yeah, like the place.
That's
Yeah.
that's the main arcade, the Game Safari. That's like the best arcade. Okay, it is the worst arcade, but it is the only place you get to actually verse good players.
Oh
Or
my
else,
god.
like Japan has so many arcades that shitters are actually spread so far and so thin.
Mm.
Only place if you want to actually, if you go Japan, if you actually want to have proper good verse, you go to Game Safari in Ikebukuro. That's the
Isn't
only
like
place.
isn't Osaka known for like having like a lot of like fucking toxic players?
Well, because
I remember reading that like on the
yeah,
Japanese wiki.
I wouldn't necessarily say toxic. I would say because okay, Osaka is like Logan. Oh no, I wouldn't say Logan. Brisbane of Australia, right? It's more low class, more bogan,
Say no
more.
more. I understand
Yeah,
completely.
it's
Thank
very
you for
laid
that
back.
cultural
Yeah.
context.
Yeah, very laid back sort of approach to life. Everything is trashy. Everything is shitter. Everything is bigger. Everything's louder. That's what Osaka is.
That's
Um,
awesome.
Yeah. So that's probably why people felt maybe a bit more toxic. But it's just I think
That makes more sense. Yeah.
yeah, I think overall Osaka has more casual vibe to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Tokyo is more down to earth. Everything has to be done the way that they wanted. That kind of shit.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. But if you ever go to Japan, like go Ikebukuro, I'm pretty sure you can borrow cards off any of us. We all have
my
some sort of
God.
Jap data, so
I'd love that, but also I think because like again, I'm a pretty like anxious person. I feel like if I just got on a cab and like Sora has his verses on, I'm gonna be like beside myself. I'm gonna be like, oh my god,
No, you
can I
could.
even do this without it being like just an insult?
No, like I think like Sora. Well, Sora is the most famous MT player in the world,
Without
right?
a doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like, is he the best? Yes and no. I wouldn't say best at every course, but he is overall
He's
the best.
certainly up there. Like
Yeah.
like if he's not the best, then he's not too
Yeah,
far down
he's
the order.
top five on every track for sure, no matter what.
Easily.
So like there are always people like Logic. There's certain player that is also like
Fucking lads.
yeah,
Oh my
lads.
god.
There's certain people that is specialized on certain track. that they
Yeah,
are going to be better than Sora. But overall, every track Sora plays, he's going to be amazing at it.
Dude, it's even just like it's the factor of who he is. Like that's very rarely in MT do you get like the vibe of like top player, right? Like you know when people like are good and bad, right? But there's like you don't play with legendary people. You know what I
No,
mean? Like there's
no.
not like nothing like you know what I mean? There's just sort of like there's sort of like a you get like top player nerves. It's like when everyone in Melbourne was talking about this guy called Igor, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? You go to Blue House, and it's just like he just sticks out like a sore thumb
Oh
because
yeah,
he's the only fucking
like
Russian dude
tall
just sitting
Russian
there,
dude, lanky,
Oh,
tall
and
my.
he's
Russian dude.
destroying. He's
Yeah,
destroying.
yeah.
And it's like that create. I mean, I played with him enough to eventually it was like normal, but like for a while I was like, oh my god, this guy is fucking something else. Like that would be how it would feel like, I would say.
The thing
But
is,
not that I would
yeah,
stop, not play.
international. I don't think we had any like top tier player for
That's
a very
true.
long time in the world,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
international. Because I think the last group of people that I know that were up there with Japan was TRK, the team from TRK, the
Oh my
TRK boys.
god.
Those guys
Legend.
are legend. Like I don't think a lot of people would know because they were back in MT2 days.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
trailblazers. They were the people who like actually pushed the game like
yeah,
more or less first in international.
their time attack were some
Legit.
courses were faster than Japan.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, so
At least competitive.
yeah, they were probably the best player I've known. Actually, one of them actually came to Australia. He stayed in Sydney for a year, I think. One of the
Mm.
guy called, I think it's the guy called Tack, but
Yep.
he stayed in Sydney for about a year studying. Well, then he sort of got sent back because obviously all MT players fail their classes, unfortunately.
It's true. It's the only way to stay on
It's
top.
basically, yeah, every international player that plays MT fails their subjects.
Hey man, C's get degrees, dude.
Yeah, like
But you
y-
need a C at least.
game matters more. So
Man, it felt like
unfortunately,
that.
yeah,
If dude, it felt like that. Like all through my first year of uni was a fucking wash, dude. I was a 15-minute walk from Blue House. I was fucking out of there. I was
yeah.
I was skipping lectures. I didn't even attend my last exam
No,
because I was so checked out by
I
that
pretty
point.
much did the same thing on the first year of my uni as well. Because in high school you always have someone like teachers always chasing up on
Yeah, yeah,
assignments.
yeah, yeah.
You got to go exam because you got to be at school. But uni different, very different. It's
Mm,
all up to your personal time management. So if you don't manage your time properly, and if you don't chase up your own assignment, you actually gonna bloody fail. And
absolutely.
and that's the thing. Like I really hope that people that is playing MT like keep in mind game is game. Okay,
Yeah,
like don't fail your class. You got to attend your class. Like
totally.
that's the thing. Like when I went to Sydney, I recruited a guy. Okay. Called Ken.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's getting better. He's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he needs a little bit more grinding to get to the top, but
As is always the
I
case.
can
Yeah.
see a potential in him.
Sure.
But
Sure.
he's failing. He technically failed high school.
Oh boy. All right.
Because he's focused too much on MT, and
That's
that's the
rough.
thing. Game is game. Once you pass your classes, once you pass your subjects or whatever, you can play much as you
Mm-mm.
want.
Yeah.
So don't put MT over.
Oh, never. And like
Study real life commitments. It's a
playing an
big
arcade game
mistake.
competitively is already such a difficult work-life
Yeah.
balance.
Uh,
Because you need to go to a specific place that's only open at specific times depending on where you live. And it's entirely auxiliary. Like it's that you once you're there, you know, you sort of have to have that focus. And like arcades are a terrible place to be focused
oh yeah.
because they're loud and they're like there's so much hustle and bustle, especially like if they're like, there's a lot of kids around and whatever.
Mm,
Like it's not a competitive environment and
no.
and it's so difficult if you want to actually genuinely improve. You're sitting there putting money in, like proper
Oh,
money, because
proper money. And that's the
proper
thing.
money.
When you think about it, right? If you play like a PC game, like any competitive esports,
You might have a subservice
yeah,
every
that's
month.
right. And you might spend maybe $15, maybe $20, a month. We spend that in less than an hour.
Easily.
At an arcade.
Especially if you're learning with good players and
Yeah.
they will get you
So
off that free game.
you know, and there is no such thing as esports for arcade games. Okay, so don't.
And still really isn't.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Only closest game that is esports for arcade is like Tekken, probably
Yeah,
Tekken.
and even
Street
then,
Fighter.
even then, that has the home port, and it's
Yeah.
just people just play that.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I think people like really need to learn that don't overspend on arcade games.
No, don't
Coming
chase
from
it.
someone that actually went through and spent a lot of money, don't
Yeah,
do
do
it.
as I say, not as I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I enjoy the process. I never I regret in part of finance, but
Of
I
course, yeah.
don't regret the friendship I made
No,
through
not
the
at
time.
all, dude.
But
Not at all. That's the
be
best
aware.
part.
Yeah, be aware that don't overspend it.
Yeah, and you're not going to make there is no return on investment other than your own self
That's
satisfaction.
right. Yeah. So
That's huge because it's not like, well, maybe one day I'll make it big. If you make it big, some people might recognize you when you go out.
But like,
That's it.
that's pretty much it. Like, I went to a party, random party, and it's like, oh, 155. I'm like, what the fuck?
I still get people at High Point being like, "Oh my god, Myth, is that you? I haven't seen you in like 9 years." And I'm like, "Yeah," because it's like I would have been like literally 14 when you met me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Think about
but
it.
yeah, like
when,
that sticks with you.
When Andy and Mao and all these guys, they were kids. I was already a uni student, playing
That's
arcade game,
crazy.
and now they are uni student, and I'm still playing the game. So
The more things change, the more they
yeah,
stay the same.
it's
dude.
great, isn't it? Because I remember Andy was saying to me like how intimidating I was, as a
You
kid.
are, dude. You got that. Because you don't care. You
No, I
just you
don't
sit
care.
there and you play your game and you're so chill and yeah, I could see why that guy got mad because you just look like you're chillaxing the whole time, even though they don't know you're sweating. You are sweating.
Oh,
No
I'm a sweaty
worries.
boy,
Me too, dude.
two to three game of Hakone Time Attack, my back is so sweat that
Same.
it's unbelievable,
Yeah,
But
that's effort,
yeah,
dude. That's
it's
effort sweat.
Yeah, effort sweat. Like, enjoy the process of learning the game. Don't be afraid of versing good players. That's one thing, but don't
Mhm.
overspend it. Don't overcommit to a game that does give you nothing apart from your self satisfaction. That's
Absolutely. And in general, don't go by yourself. Go with friends that you
Yeah.
can bounce off of, and because sometimes you'll go there and people that there are very few open players that will talk to you. Because at the end of the day, the teams in MT might as well be friend groups
Oh,
because there's no
But that's the thing. Yeah.
incentive to be
There's
good. It's
no
just
okay, like back. I don't think, especially in Australia, there's such thing as competitive team. Okay,
no.
It's just a friendly group.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
people take team so
yeah.
serious that I don't think
Mm.
it's even important. Like team,
No.
yes, it is a representation of your friends. A group, like some people, some people that I don't know, they might put DSM tag. Some people go, "Oh, you fake DSM." Whatever.
Mm.
I go, well, people knows that they are fake anyway. They're too
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, just because you can have your own team name, you can put a TFC thing on there if you
Yeah,
want, but
I can
the
put
people in the
TRK.
know already know.
I could change DSM to TRK. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the next generation TRK. No, people that knows they will know. No, you're not TRK.
People
It
who
doesn't matter.
know, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You're
just how it
entering
is.
this little bubble, and if you try and assimilate like that, by just sort of posing, you are going to be found out quicker than it'll make your fucking head
Yeah,
spin.
so Daryl just commented, I found Chan to be more intimidating than Jimmy. Yeah, that's true. Chan is one of those. He's we call him DSM prick, because he is the representation of arcade prick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but he was such a good gamer. Like, he's talented at gaming. Like, any game he
That's
picks up
great.
quite well, and he's a bit of a prick.
Yeah,
He's
I
like
mean, you kind of have to be.
he's like less talkative Andy,
Mm.
older and more toxic.
Yeah, there's there's a certain level of confidence that will help you so much. If you can go in there because I can't do this because I'm a pretty sort of I play by emotion. If I'm feeling good, I play good. But if you go in there and you're just sort of taking it all in, you can do so much better than someone who has the mindset of proper serious. Even if it's like you can't go in there and expect every game to be like for everyone to be under the same pressure as you, especially if you're an anxious person. Like one of the worst things you can do is go in there with a bunch of with a bunch of expectations.
That's right.
Um,
Yeah. And yeah,
yeah.
that especially goes to time attack players or people that
Oh
want
yeah.
to get into time attack. Like, don't go into an arcade thinking I'm gonna break the time attacks today, no matter what. Look, okay, there's no time. Like, I never had that mindset, and I never actually broke a time attack on the day where I had the mindset of I want to break the time attack today. It
Yeah,
doesn't
no.
happen.
It's always when
And
you're like you're
yeah,
just playing and playing your best.
you
Yeah.
could you could sit there and spam 200-300 game and you're not gonna get anything. That it happens. So
Yeah.
don't when you play time attack, you try, but don't set the hope too high. That's the important part.
Just addressing the chat. Like at my most like active period, I would spend, 150 a week. And that's not a huge amount, right?
Hmm.
Per day, I mean, I don't play every day. If I did, I would probably, if I had the money to, I'd probably spend like 60, 70, $80,
Yeah,
you know?
and yeah, that same thing goes towards me as well. Like, uh, I used to play every day, and that's the thing. Back in the day, I get
Oh
the
my
itch.
god.
Yeah, I get
Sorry,
the
that
itch.
even I got
Oh, the
destroyed.
kill spot.
Fuck, he
Yeah.
just got deleted.
Like when I back in the day, I would play every day, and if I don't play, I get the itch. Like, it's like a drug addict itch. Like, I want to play. Like, whenever I go,
Yeah,
I will think about MT. When I sleep, I think about MT. You know,
same, dude.
there is always everyone have that addiction phase.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you just need to tone it down. You just need to sort of cut down. Like, you can play every second day, every third day, or maybe cut down to weekend only. Like,
Yeah,
my current
weekend
schedule.
only is
Yeah,
good.
my current schedule is once a week. I go out Friday, boys
Same,
on
yeah.
Steam. I probably top up once every 2 weeks. I spend about
Mm.
130 every 2 weeks. So that goes down to like $75 a week. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I think a good way to approach it is if you have a goal in mind, right? And you wanna like start actually like really pushing. There's a lot that you'll forget in a week. You'll
Mm,
play and maybe you'll figure something out, especially in TA.
yeah.
And by the time you leave, that muscle memory is very quickly
Mm,
leaving.
mm,
So if you are looking to like plan ahead, right? And then go 2 consecutive days, like maybe Saturday and Sunday, right? You have a Saturday session, Sunday session. So at the very least, you can make the most of it. You don't have to do that every week, but if you can plan ahead, you can spend your money effectively.
Yeah, it's a scam.
Yeah, I'll absolutely agree. It is
No, but I
because
I feel like what plays a really big part of it, and this is coming from someone who has dropped probably 20 grand. It's from
easily, yeah,
yeah, from like 20 end of 2014, 2015 to 2017. That was like my biggest spending period.
mm.
yeah,
And like, obviously as Jimmy says, like, like part of me regrets spending the money because fuck, I could have gotten my property, my C63 much faster.
sure.
But like, the friendships I've made, like fortunate, like I was lucky enough to meet Jimmy. I was unfortunate enough to meet you, Stephen, why Stephen Y. But I guess like the most thing is like, like
Get
there was
fucking
like there was like sort of like a fork in the road for me because like the first thing was there was an incident that happened with his friend Alan Payne and some honky, and then that really woke me up because him and I had a talk. He's like, oh, like I regret staying this long with the game, investing this much money. The money could have been invested elsewhere. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? He's like, oh, property. And I was like, oh, that's when that kind of sparked me. I was like, oh, I started looking into property, and then I didn't have the urge to play as much. And
Yeah,
then when it
yeah,
came
yeah.
down to came up to Brisbane, me and Jimmy told me his life story about, oh, very good, Migo Reng, and spending his life savings on it, and I was like, oh, far out, like, because I was living similar, because I was at that time I was saving up for a C63, and I was literally eating Migo Reng, I was eating 85-cent
Mm,
white bread, I was eating chicken, I was eating spam, like just so I can like squirrel a little bit more away, so I can save up. And mind you, back then in 2017, C63 wasn't affordable. It was like 60, 70 grand.
yeah, hell
So
no.
I was like, fuck, like, I was making these sacrifices, and then,
Mm,
and then when he had to talk with me, I was like, shit. you know. And then when I went, because I think I talked to him about buying AMG, but he was like, "Oh, only do it if you have money to spend." I was like,
Of course.
Jimmy, no, it's okay. I'll
You
buy.
idiot.
I'll afford it. And then yeah, like I ended up like sticking to my words and buying the car that I saw beginning of December. And then my new job started working at CBA. I wasn't based in the city. I was based elsewhere, so
Mm.
I didn't. I
You
didn't.
couldn't play as much.
No, it's not. I couldn't play as much. It's just like, oh, I have no reason to be in the city because I used to work at McDonald's, literally like 10-minute walk away from an arcade. So I was like, oh, like I was like, oh, I go to work, I go home, or I go to uni,
Mm.
I go home, and I was like, oh, well, do I want to play? Not really. And then, like it started building on. It was like, oh, it's been 2 months since I played. Oh, it's been 5 months, 6 months, 9 months since I played. I was like, oh,
Yeah, totally.
okay. And then
But that's the thing though, man. Like, even if you're having fun, it's still a commitment. It's still time that you have to take out of whatever you're gonna do, right?
yeah,
And once you stop going like as often as you used to, like it's more easy to justify like, oh, I'm saving money, whatever, I won't go. And then and that's fine. Like, if you take a big extended break, like MT, I mean, it's not always going to be there, but it's always been a very seasonal and like sort of like just like a game that you can just pick up like whenever. Like, as long as you've got your card, you can come back and you're right where you started.
exactly. That's
Um,
like me right now because like right now like there was a stint where I did an Alan Lancaster. Well, I did worse than Alan Lancaster. I lost my license and then I was like to people. I was like, oh, like, hey, I remember MT. I just go back and play. And
yeah,
then I played for a little bit. I was like, oh shit, MT6 is so different. And my first few games, I didn't even tune my R34. I just used my fortune ticket on an R32, and I
yeah.
realized walking was so different. But it's like for me, it's like when I was gone, like when you have that sort of like position in a community, like I wasn't the best, but like people knew who I was because I socialized a lot. I'll reach
Mm-mm.
out, and then people would be like, "Oh, EJ doesn't play anymore. When does Edward come?" I was like, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, I don't play the game anymore." And then yeah,
Yeah,
like
like,
for me,
at
yeah,
the end of the day, it's like game is the core part, but then um, socializing with people that
Yeah,
plays
totally.
MT. That's I think that's the most important part. And
Like,
yeah,
yeah, like Swoo in chat is like, what's the point of competitive MT6 in Oz? Like, do you earn anything or is it for fun? You can earn the respect of your peers by playing well. Sure,
mhm.
that's something. I don't imagine that's like everyone's.
oh, Jack White.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
right.
nothing wrong with Jack.
Yeah, yeah. Jack's alright.
Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with him.
Nah, he's
Yeah,
good.
he's
He's
alright.
fine.
He's alright.
Yeah, he's
He's
okay.
friendly. Yeah.
There might be someone in this chat that might feel a little different, but
Nah,
but
nah,
like whatever, like
real talk
you,
though. Jack actually changed quite a lot. Like
dude, of
he's
course, like he grew up like
No,
like
but that's
everyone.
the thing. Like, okay, sometimes you just need to have right person get the sense into the person. Like, some people could be immature, and by having one person talking to them, it could
Mm.
change that person. So it's just a matter of like getting to know or meeting the right person. That's one thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was the thing about EJ when like the one and only time I ever went to Sydney. Like, he made me feel really welcome, and he was very social, and it was like, because I had these misconceptions about Sydney being cold. And the thing is, it can be. You go in there with the wrong people, and it's like, well, this sucks, right?
Oh yeah.
But all it takes is like finding one good person that you like hanging out with, and then the game is justified in and of itself, even if you don't play particularly well or whatever. As long as you've got buds there, that's fine, dude.
and I think when we first met, like I wasn't even that good. Like that was like when I first started playing. So
Yeah, but you were definitely notable. Like, people knew you
Yeah.
were, and
Like
you definitely
at
had
your
something.
peak, yeah, at your peak with Winston, like you guys
Very
were
strong.
very strong. Like you guys had a strong tag team. Even now, Winston is definitely the fucking like the best. From as far as I can tell, he's still one of the best battler I've seen block player I've seen. Like compared to Adelaide Boy, Nikki and Ken, was it Nikki and Ken?
yes,
Yeah, those two duos are amazing as well. Those two, I think, is probably strongest team I've seen. Um, like I think give probably Winston a hard time if they verse each other. You know,
Yeah.
um, but like that's the thing. Like you guys were famous duos. Like Obviously, there
Mm.
were probably certain individual player who was better than you guys, like Peng and whatnot. But as a team, you
I
two
am
were unbeatable.
very notable. Yeah.
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 So
And
Back to
yeah.
the
that's
players.
yeah, that kind of pairing is like hard because like I'm a super selfish player.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't matter who I team with, I'm gonna make it worse for them. I'm gonna make it way harder for them to win. Even like I still like Ego is a saint for putting up with me playing 2v2 with him like on random occasions because it would just be like I just like what do I do? Do I just stay out of his way or like I'm you know what I mean? I don't synergize with people very well.
Mm.
It takes a certain like understanding between people to like really push 2v2, and I still think 2v2 is the most competitive format.
Oh yeah. 2v2 is
It's
competitive as hell.
and it sucks because like I don't get to play it that much because again finding like a specific partner and then having that be sort
Yeah,
of
it
immutable
really
is difficult.
depends on your partner, because if your partner has same
Yes.
mentality where more casual, let's have fun, you guys gonna have a great time. When one person is very competitive and the other one is really, really laid back, that's when obviously the competitive person
Yeah.
become, if you screw up, they get a bit upset, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
sort of the friendship that doesn't last long if that happens. So
Totally, yeah.
yeah,
You know who I team surprisingly well with?
Carlos,
Jezza.
Jazza,
Nah, Jezza, because
Jazza,
he
Jeremy.
he his SA22 is so similar to my car,
Mm.
in almost every way. I would say it's a little better for sure, just because of just handling and whatnot. But like in terms of like their dynamics, they're very similar. Like
Mm,
I know inherently if he's going to be in a disadvantaged thing because like the front of his car is as square as mine,
mm,
so I would see him go for something and it's like, oh
mm.
man, he's probably going to need boost, and I'd be ready, right?
Well, yeah.
Um,
When Jeremy came up to Brisbane for the tag tournament, where I paired Jeremy and Mao together, um,
that would have been an
like,
interesting pairing.
oh, it was we had good battle. Jeremy's play style, he was using R32 that time,
Mm.
and
Hmm.
yeah, like he was using the good old low horsepower meta. He was doing
Yep.
like 680 C1, and
Yeah. Your standard. Yeah.
his like he is a capable runner.
Very much so.
He does really, really. And I don't know what to say, because his line is not exactly time attack line, but he
No.
still can cover the line quite
Yeah. I've
well.
always thought that it's always been a solid line, but it's always been like
Yeah,
this little weird hybrid
yeah,
of
it's a
like.
hybrid line, which is the scary one because you're just not sure where he's gonna go. It's so
Mm.
unpredictable. That's the only scary part I felt about his versing him. Um, but like overall, yeah, Jeremy's is a good player. So
Totally. He's so annoying to be stuck
but
behind.
is
God, it's so
he is
frustrating.
he still playing, or is he gone for good?
As far as I know, he was going for like he got Penta S.
Mm, 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 mm.
But that was a while ago. Um, but yeah, I haven't seen him since. But I know he's been well, he was traveling a lot before
Yeah, well,
COVID,
he
as
travels around.
always.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's always been a bit of a jet setter. He seems like the kind of player that would come back.
yeah,
I
I
haven't
think
seen
so.
him. I haven't seen him because like I haven't been into the city for ages, which is like where you normally rendezvous with like
Mm,
those
mm,
kind of sort of like casual like because like he even back in 5DX plus like I would see him maybe once every 3 weeks. Like it would
yeah,
be one of those kind of things.
yeah.
But I wouldn't doubt that like he would like it's not like I don't think he's gone full and just quit. As far as I know.
Mm, mm, mm.
I still keep in contact with him, but
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. Either way, I'd be happy to see him. I'm happy to see literally anyone who I've known in the past 4 years, just because COVID has made me
Oh,
realize how small the group is.
yeah,
You know,
COVID definitely sort of changed the whole dynamic of
dude. Yeah,
gaming.
100%.
Let me see if I can find the tournament video.
Tournament. Oh, the
Oh, that's actually. Oh, I think that's on the tag tournament. Oh, no, that's Mikey one. That's right. That's the one you came
What?
over to
What the
Brisbane.
fuck? It's 12
MT4.
a.m.
12. Oh, 12 a.m. over there. Oh, you 11 p.m. here. Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Um,
Where the fuck did time go, dude?
yeah, time goes quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
that's
guess
the thing. Like, does anyone have any questions in the chat before we probably finish up?
155 sucks.
Yeah,
Oh,
155.
I have a question for.
Thank you. I know I suck. Like I'm old. I'm rusty. I suck.
He is old. There is
I'm
no
very
doubt of
old.
that.
There's no doubt. Like I don't even know why I still play this game. Like I really don't know why.
Oh my god, I miss Aaron's Chargers so much.
Oh, he still uses it. Still using MT6.
he used it in Sydney.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great.
It's
That
great.
car is so dumb. Talk about
it's
a
great
high
game.
risk, high reward, dude.
It's good. It's good. It's good car. It's a fun car to muck around with.
It's also a 5G R35. It's really fast in one gun as well.
Dude, yeah, that was always the crazy part. Like, it was like the most competent American car when like the American cars came out, and it was just like you would expect it to be total dog shit, but it's like no, it holds a line really
American
well.
and competent do not go in the same sentence. I rest
Is
my case. Thank you. Have a
Pretty
good
true.
afternoon.
Camaro SSR RS is still the worst normal car in the game.
Okay.
Changed my mind.
Okay. Next Brisbane tournament. Okay. Next Brisbane tournament. You know, the whole plan was actually to have one at the end of last year, but because of COVID, it basically got cancelled, and I don't think we can confidently have tournament till earliest next year. You know, because I really don't want to put anyone's health in risk during
of course not.
COVID. You know, I'm pretty sure most people that plays MT are more or less safe. But being said, we don't want to take risk of having 32 players stuck in a very confined space, sweating hard. Okay,
Man, I got sick after like literally the tournament you're playing on screen right now.
that was
I
a
got sick
7
after
hour
that.
tournament. 7
God,
hour
that
tournament.
was so intense.
But that's the thing. Every tournament, it takes effort to organize. Like this one was
Yeah.
the biggest tournament we had, and which was great. It worked out so great.
That was such a good tournament.
Yeah, such a good tournament. It was better than World Championship. It was better than anything.
Actually, more hype. It was actually more hype than
Yeah,
World
the
Champs.
thing is,
for sure.
this tournament happened after World Championship, so this was actually great. Great change as such.
So good.
But yeah, next tournament I don't think it's gonna happen till next year, most likely next year.
Honestly, like the best thing to do is wait for everything to clear up. Like I know vaccines coming out, but you need to make sure like there's no fucking cases because even in Sydney, like there are cases, and I'm just like fuck.
I don't
Because-
want to get fucking sick, dude.
Same, and coronavirus is very real. I'll tell you because
Oh yeah,
Very
dude.
real.
Dude.
Like people that are saying that it's not real, go and fuck off. Go to US, okay? Don't
Yeah,
fucking do that shit
no.
in Australia.
bro,
Easily.
you don't know what how close
whole
you
show
are.
yuan. Oh,
because-
it's fucking fishbowl. Hey, Peter. Hey, deal high.
I've been exposed to COVID
yeah.
3 times.
Fishbowl,
Fuck.
good old fishbowl.
Yeah.
He used to be in Brisbane back in the day. Now he's back in Hong Kong. I don't think he plays anymore, but yeah, good guy, nice guy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's just like
Yeah,
I feel
COVID's
like-
definitely thrown a wrench into things for sure.
But yeah, any other question? Anyone?
In the chat, you've got like, I really want to try in a tournament, anywhere to join or get info on upcoming ones. It's honestly, follow, like, go on Facebook groups
Yeah,
because
go to Facebook groups. I usually make an announcement on Brisbane page if it's a Brisbane tournament. I'm pretty sure Sydney has similar thing. Like Sydney people will get told if there's a tournament. But being said, realistically, I don't think it's safe and irresponsible to really host any tournament till
Absolutely, yeah,
COVID
yeah.
is actually down and everyone is vaccinated. Although vaccine itself is another question as such.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what you can, sorry.
AstraZeneca's already come to the essential workers in New South Wales.
Yeah,
but-
like
yeah.
you know, like it's a bit off topic, but like vaccine in general, because the vaccine we have in Australia is quite shit. AstraZeneca is probably one of the worst one to actually have. So unless we can get the Pfizer one,
Yeah, but even then, it's not a sure thing.
no,
Don't take the
no,
risk.
Yeah, like
Even if you're vaccinated, don't fucking go and fucking
Yeah,
spit on people. Like,
don't be like your father's gonna, basically vaccine is gonna be, make me immune to COVID. It doesn't.
fucking stupid.
It just reduces.
It's like flu shots.
Yeah,
It's like
flu
flu
shots.
shots.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
still will
because you
catch
can still get the fucking flu. Yeah,
So
it just makes you less immune.
yeah,
More immune. Sorry.
more
Yeah.
immune. Yeah. I guess that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else. It is the first podcast. I don't know how well we did or how bad we did.
I think we did right.
yeah, I
we
think-
held like 20 viewers for most of
Yeah,
it.
that's not too bad. But yeah, welcome to subscribe to the channel, follow us, follow Steven's channel as well. I don't know if Steven really posts much video nowadays, but
Never.
Oh,
When I do,
chances.
it always pops up.
there you go.
Hey, Stephen, you
Hmm.
promised to share details about the Wanga Midnight Hour.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'm still. I actually bought a mount for my phone so I can live stream it. I'm gonna be live streaming Midnight Hour at some point in the future.
Oh,
There's
you
a
guys have
local
midnight.
machine.
Ah, that's right. Fuck.
It's so good, dude. Um, it's so interesting. It's such an interesting game because like
Yeah.
there's so much MT DNA there, but
Mm-mm-mm.
like it's very ganky. Like, oh my god, I drove the Z31. That thing fucking sucks. It was it was an understeer king. It was unbelievable. Everything else felt great. Z31 was total dog shit. And I was really
Yeah.
upset, but I'm glad it was in it. So yeah, I'll be doing that as a live stream just for fun.
Good, good, good.
That'll be
So
good.
make sure you
It's
follow
yeah.
Steven's channel, maximumtune.org.
That'll be on my channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please do so. And we might do more podcasts in the future. Like depends. Like
I
if
mean,
there's
this is just
something we
fun
can
to
talk about.
shoot the shit with you
Yeah,
guys.
just to sort of catch up once in a while, just to see if something we can talk about.
I feel like even if we like ramble, it always goes somewhere.
Yeah, as
So,
long as
you
there's
know.
no Mikey in it, Mikey just tends to go
Mikey
off
would
topic,
Mikey would absolutely,
So,
yeah.
I will see if Mikey can behave, we can invite him, but I don't think he can behave. He's very Mikey. Mikey's Mikey. You can't trust him.
No, you can't. And the thing is that like I love him. He's a great guy. He introduced me into all of this. But
Mm.
man, the man can derail a podcast like no one else. It's
Oh,
unbelievable.
it's unbelievable. He's great, but he's horrible.
He just commands the fucking the discourse. Like he just immediately starts talking and
Yeah.
he won't stop.
Well, that's the thing. Like, because nowadays Maximum Tune channel on YouTube there aren't that many around that is
No.
active, like consistently posting. You have like
Yeah.
Alan's channel DXMT, which he does post his own sort of content that people likes. It's not my
Mm.
cup of tea, but there are people that follows him, which is great. And you have like Hexter's channel. You have Barry from Taiwan that posts
Yeah.
videos. But I guess their content is more or less to do with story mode,
Mm.
ghost battles. So if you're into those things, great, go and follow their channels. My channel is more battle time attack. I hate doing ghost, so
The good
don't
stuff.
bother asking me to do ghost.
Ghost
battles.
battle with the boys.
I might do
Ghost
it
battle with the boys.
once in a blue moon, but I never actually hardly ever do ghosts.
Can I just same? Also, like 4-player ghost battle is literally the most depressing thing that has been added into
No,
this game.
it's a great for people that refuse to verse.
It's good for people who aren't confident enough to verse yet. Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
well, it gives them false sense of hope that they have friends.
Jesus.
Also, I'm watching C1 reverse, and God, I miss this course.
Oh,
Fuck.
C1 reverse is great. No, that's the thing. Reverse map is such a great, great way to give that extra
That
content.
was such a mix-up. So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Like so many extra kill spots. Like and
The
like
line's
corners that
different
you thought you knew, they're just completely alien.
But like, I love C1 reverse. I love Osaka reverse. Nagoya,
That was
I
great.
prefer Nagoya reverse than Nobu Nagoya. Like,
I
that's-
miss Nagoya reverse.
Yeah.
That shit was
and
great.
Fukuoka reverse is more fun than normal Fukuoka as well. It's sad.
Agreed. Fucking
sad.
agreed.
It's
Because
sad.
they reverse the start ramps as well. So you go on parts of it that like you rarely ever see.
Yeah.
And in like obviously the other way, so it's even kind of feels more fresh.
Yep.
Ah man.
Oh, look
Why
at
did
your
they
happy
get-
face on stream, Jesus. Everyone's so happy on their tournament.
I'm
on
watching
this
and I'm
tournament.
watching Aaron not choke. Well,
Yeah.
actually, does he choke here? I forgot.
Well, Aaron has good days and bad days, and on good day he does amazing shit, and on a bad day,
Dude,
he's
he's
just
so
horrible.
good. Like he's so good when he's on it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments in this particular stream was I think it was like he was in losers, and he like it was C1 out, and you can hear it. You can hear me on the mic, just go, Aaron, no, and then and he just fucking immediately just lines up on the exit with a truck and just dies like a fucking dog.
God damn.
Because I just fucking knew it. I saw it on everyone else's screen. It was right in his way as soon as he exited the S bend. It was just so good. That was beautiful. And it was like Charger, so like it's gonna hit it. It's too fucking big. Oh, that was so good. That
many
whole tournament was
battles.
amazing.
Yeah, like making mouth fly and making him tilted. Oh, that was great as well. I love that.
Honestly, so many highlights. There was so many highlights of so like just so many good players.
It was just so many good game. You know, he just I think it was this battle.
Okay,
Yeah.
boys, I'm off.
You going off?
No
Okay.
worries, dude.
No problem. Okay, have a good night,
Later,
Ryan.
bro.
Master Ryan,
Bye.
have
Alright.
fun.
Catch you later, brother. Ryan needs to get a better mic, dude.
Yeah, well, right, yeah. His mic is horrible. His net is horrible.
His mic is rough. I want to hear. Honestly, I'll send him my Yeti.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, man.
How often is this podcasting gonna be?
I don't know. It's going to be very intermittent, much like all MT content, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I mean, like how often, like are you guys gonna do it on a regular basis? Because like
Nah, it's literally what I meant. Yeah, like we're probably not going to do it on a regular basis. It's probably just going to be like
podcast is something that I don't think I can do regular basis.
this is exhausting, dude.
Yeah, it's fun. It's great fun to catch up to people, but at the same
Absolutely.
time, there are limited thing on what you can talk about. Like we completely derail again today. We didn't really get to talk about the
No, we got into the meta though. We got into the meta. I think we had some good discussion on that. It's just that we won't be able to timestamp it.
No, we can't. It's already a 3-hour stream. It's long.
Look, there have been 20 people for the past 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
I'm assuming they're interested. So,
great.
you know, if you guys enjoyed it, I'm really glad.
How much longer? To be honest, we're probably going to end about here. You know, is there any
this is more
final
or less the
question?
jump off
Any
point,
final
yeah.
question before we hop off?
hey Jimmy, why are you so shit at the game?
I don't know, man. I think the old age just made me worse and worse. I can feel I'm getting worse by day by day. I'm getting worse.
Honestly, same. I go every time and it's just like it feels like just slow, like everything sticks, like all the basics stick, but then there's like you get into situations where like
you're just not improving.
it's too stressful
Yeah.
and you're just like your old man brain just turns off.
Yeah,
You're
you
just like,
basically.
I'm not gonna bother.
You
Yeah,
get to a point
exactly. It's just
where-
like I can't afford to, you know, like I can't afford to fucking like pay attention for this long. Like I'm old and tired. I want to lie down. That's what it feels like, dude.
Like I guess well, what I could do is we could do podcasts every couple months because I still gonna do the normal Friday stream at arcades because that's what I do.
You know what would be like good for the next podcast? Like on your little layout you've got here, have the topic discussion on the screen, and when it changes, just change it over, just so at the very least we can timestamp when it changes.
I think the Streamlab has like a spin wheel thing that you can add. Let me see if I can find the spin wheel. There you go. Spin wheel. Let's see if I can add it now and see if it works. Oh, there you go. Like this kind of thing. This thing.
Hold on. Let me wait for the the 20 seconds of delay. I think people are here to just hear us like talk and chat. So it doesn't always have to be super focused.
Yeah. So I guess like what I could do is like I could probably do a poll and then let people sort of choose what kind of topic we should talk about, or let them add it.
Yeah.
And then we can probably do it once every few months and.
Just sort of like just to keep it like relatively focused. Like we're always just gonna shoot shit about the game.
Oh yeah, we just we try to not be too controversial. Like I don't want to my podcast.
No. We don't want to turn it into drama. That's for Mikey's stream. Leave the drama for Mikey's.
Leave that to Mikey. That's Mikey's job, not my job. So I'll leave that to Mikey. But yeah, I guess
we'll see how it
that's
goes.
it for tonight. Well, thanks for watching, everyone, and
thanks so much, guys.
please keep in, just look around for my stream, Steven's stream, and basically, give subs to anyone. Okay, please, please do so to support the channel.
Yep, it does help. It helps a lot.
Yeah, it helps a lot. It sort of give us the motivation to keep on going and make.
Yeah, or at least you guilt us into making content.
Yeah, you're making
like that's
the
It
useless
helps with
shitty
the algorithm
content.
as well.
Yes, true. Yeah, we get pushed up.
That's true.
Sure.
That's true. We want to eventually become a famous YouTuber for MT.
Oh, totally, dude.
Nah, not gonna happen. But you know how it is.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, again, you're not on YouTube to make money because you can't.
No, no, you just can't. Who cares?
No,
So I've
you-
got a real job, but I don't need this extra money. I'm doing for charity.
I
A charity
dude,
that I haven't
I
listed
made
yet.
more on Twitch in like 2 years than I did on like 6 years of doing YouTube things.
Oh, that's
Like,
true. Hey, yeah. Just can't be bothered doing Twitch stream. Just can't be
no,
bothered.
dude. If you think you sweat now, just wait.
Yeah.
Twitch streams are fucking intense, dude.
Oh
All
god
right,
damn.
all right. Well, let's wrap up.
Okay, all right then. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Well, have a good night and see you all in the future.